Arkan, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom to the Torah tribes, Yasharala. Giving, of course, all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh. Bahashima Masha, Wamalaka Yahweh. That's all praises, honor, glorification unto the Most High God, Yahweh. And the names don't begin to Yahweh. His brother Yasharala.
Brother Judah Manya. Brother Barzayah.
Brother Yawanathan.
Khan, come back to yet another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh. Bahashima Masha, Wamalaka Yahweh. All right. So all praises to the Most High God. A short new moon to all that's observing it tonight. All praises to the Most High for another new moon, man. Another day of congregating, another day of praising the Most High God. All right, and abstaining from this world, man, and the traditions of this world. All right. So all praise to the Most High. All the brothers up here at WW5 Bay Area, through the Spirit, man. So, gone. But with that, we can get straight into this, right? So, like, give me just a sec, like.
Con.
All right, Con. Con, that's right. All right, Con. But without further ado, I'd like to kick it off real quick, man. Real quick. All right, so let's go to the book, right, Colossians, because the topic is the different ways you can labor. All right, and we brothers, we were just talking about that earlier. There's different ways you can labor. I mean, just shaking the hand 24/7, it's unrealistic. The laboring that we do for the Lord, it's not just shaking the hand, right? You don't have to just be shaking the hand. That's the only type of labor you can do for the Lord. That's the only type of work that the Lord prescribed for his servants. Because shaking the hand is not everybody's lot, essentially. Not everybody is a prophet, not everybody is a teacher. So what about the brothers, and the sisters that don't have that lot? They can't labor, they can't work for the Lord. Man. Right. So there's even different ways you can labor in this truth. And I'm gonna get this quick preset, man. What kind of inspired me to do this video with the brothers. This is the book of Colossians, chapter 4 and verse 12. It says, Epaphroditus, who is one of you, a servant of Mahashiach, saluteth you, always laboring fervently for you in prayers, that you may stand perfect and complete in all the will of the Most High. So Epaphroditus, right? He was laboring fervently. Now, how was he laboring fervently? Was he always out in the highways and byways, shaking the hand, rebuking the nations, teaching his people? You know what I'm saying? Was he just sweating out there? It was damn cold. It was hot. He didn't give a damn, just shaking the hand. Every time I saw this brother, he never eats, never sleeps, just shaking hand, right? Then you see that brother on fire, right? It's 50 degrees outside. Now it's damn 100 degrees. He's just shaking the hand so much. Right? He was what? Laboring fervently for you in prayers. So you can be praying because, hey, guess what? It takes a lot of work to pray, man. You could be praying and you get damn tired as hell. I remember certain times I was praying and I passed out, bro. Like literally, because I was hella tired. Just passed out on the ground, man. Right? But so you can labor in prayers. All right. Nothing wrong with that, man. Right? Like I said, there's many ways you can pray. It's like there's many ways you can labor, and we about to get into that, right? So, brothers got it though.
Yeah, yeah, I'll get in that thing real quick, man. I had hella presets, and for those that don't know, I make music, right? So all my presets was about music, man. Hey, that's laboring for the Lord, I'll bring out one of those, but I'll get into it a little bit more in depth, right? But this is Colossians 3 and verse number 16. Let the word of Hamashiach dwell in you richly in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing with grace in your hearts to the Lord. Right? So that's the way you can labor, man. Singing the songs, right? Meditating in the scriptures, admonishing each other, right? And that's the love of the Lord, and that's how you love your neighbor, right? Keeping each other on your toes, right? So it's a good work to put in the work of the Lord, with a spiritual song, right? You're admonishing each other to stay in the spirit, right? To fight wickedness, lust, concupiscence, the flesh, to be in the spirit and to stay in the spirit. And that's just one way that you can labor, right? And I'll get another precept. Actually, let's stay in the book of Colossians chapter 3, and then let's go. Actually, right? Hey, we go to verse 17. We'll read on down. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do in all in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to Yahweh and the Father by him. Right? So laboring, whatever you do, and just make sure you do it in the name of the Lord, and then you're laboring for the Lord. That's literally, the gist of it. Brothers could go here and there and talk. You could damn dance, man. David danced. That's labor, right? It was worship, but hey, he put in work to praise and magnify the name of the Lord. So whatever he did, hey, he did it for the Lord. You know, so that's righteous work.
Con, I just want to get an opening precept, man. Like your brother's going into, man. There's many, many ways. Brothers can different ways to labor, right? For women, for men, children, everybody can get in this thing literally because everybody got a specific lot that the Lord ordained. Like the brothers going to earlier, everybody not meant to be teachers. Can't have 999,000 teachers and no damn nobody, no women doing the work, no damn gifts of tongues. All these different ways, man. But let me get this precept right. Right, this the Romans 12:1. It says, "I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service." Right now, literally, you making your body a living sacrifice by doing all the different things that I'm pretty sure brothers gonna go into, whether it be, whatever it is, because it takes for your body to do it. The effort. Even if you're on the phone, that's still, it's mental, but it's still physical, man. Whatever the way, however, if you're bearing the brother burden, uh, whatever it is, man, you still literally making your body a sacrifice, a living sacrifice by that. And Lord willing, I'm gonna get this other preset. I kind of want to wait, but I'm gonna get it real quick, man, through the spirit, right? But many different ways, brother's gonna bring it out beautifully, man. I just want to get this opening preset, man, real quick. So, matter of fact, I'm gonna let Yawanathan get it. I don't want to kind of, because I'm a kind of, So Yawanathan, you got it.
Kind of praises. Yeah, like the brother was saying, man, there's very different, many ways, man, you can labor, for the Lord. Staying on fire is one of them, right? So I want to get this precept in the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 11. It says, not slothful in business, fervent in spirit. Hey, that's one way you can work for the Lord. That's one way you can labor for the Lord is being fervent in spirit, right? Having your spirit flamed up, right? That damn flame is as big as a damn Eiffel Tower, through the spirit. Hey, that's one way you could labor for the Lord, because that your own spirit by being on fire, hey, you're gonna everyone else around you, they're gonna see that spirit, right? And then they're gonna be like, oh, you know what? Oh, hey, this brother is fervent in spirit. Hey, it's gonna provoke brothers to good works, So just simply by you staying on fire, hey, that's doing that's laboring for the Lord, because that's gonna help out a lot of these other people that might need the word, whatever somebody is going through. When we go to camp, hey, some people might show up to camp, some people might show up to the Sabbath day, not really in the spirit. But if this brother is on fire in the spirit, hey, once the brother comes around that brother, hey, what's gonna happen? Hey, the brothers they gonna feel that good spirit. They gonna feel that fervent spirit, and they gonna be like, you know what? Hey, all praises to the Most High. you know. And I want to get this Baba Kasha. Actually, I don't know if my mic is making that ruckus right now, but your brothers can bring out a preset for me, Baba Kasha.
Uh,
Bring out First Samuel chapter 2 verse 3. Yeah, First Samuel chapter 2 verse 3.
Brother said First Samuel chapter 2 and verse 3. And it reads thus, right? The book of First Samuel 2 and 3. It says, "Talk no more exceedingly proud. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed."
Right. So, hey, by the Most High, actions are weighed. Right. We're not gonna just tell the Most High we love Him. Hey, no, we're gonna do the work of the Lord. That's another way that you can labor for the Lord, right? By showing Him your actions. There's many different ways, and through the Spirit, man, we're gonna try to tackle as many ways as we can to serve the Lord, right? But brothers got it though.
Oh, you want to get in there, Drew? Okay,
So I can,
Con.
you got it. Yeah.
Con. Hey, all praises, man. All praises. Yeah, brothers bring out good points. Laboring is not just or it's like it doing the work in laboring is not just shaking the hand, not just you making 1,000 videos. Hey, even going out to the highways and byways and teaching. That's not the only form of labor, right? You can still labor throughout the week, man. There's precepts on how the apostles they labored 24/7, night and day. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean that they was shaking the hand 24/7. Like how we keep saying, right? Doesn't mean that there was that camp, night and day, every day, right? Brothers had lives, just like how brothers have lives right now. Brothers had lives back then. You know what I'm saying? Hey, was Yahweh Shah shaking the hand 24/7? Nah, man. He was laboring in different ways too, right? Yeah, he was constantly teaching, but he was what? Doing miracles, right? He was exhorting the people. He was that's the different types of ways he could labor, man. And doing miracles even on a spiritual level is you calling the brother, he going through something, you bringing the precepts to him. That's doing a miracle right there. Yeah, you wasn't shaking the hand, right? Telling Esau he's going to slavery, right? You wasn't doing that, but you still healed your brother. That's a form of labor, and the Lord is going to put that out. The Lord said He's going to render unto every man according to his work. So is that just talking about shaking the hand, right? I'm gonna judge you according to all the times you shook the hand. If you didn't shake the hand, you're not getting the kingdom. The Lord didn't say that, right? He said according to your work. So that means all the work that you did, man. Right? Whether that's little, it might have been just a 10-minute call. The Lord kind of put that on the record. You know? He put that on the record. Whether it's a 10-minute or 100-minute call. He put that on the record, man. Right? It's like Bars, you had a quick point. Or you had a point real quick. Oh, okay, come. So, hey man, that's right. But it's like I'm gonna get this preset. All right. Let me get this preset real quick. This is the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 6. Just how I want to touch on Barzayah's point real quick. Hey, David, he danced before the Lord, and he did it with all his might. Right? It's 2 Samuel, chapter 6, verse 5. It says, and David and all the house of Israel played before the Lord on all manner of instruments made of fir wood, even on harps, and on psalteries, and on timbrels, and on cornets, and on cymbals. So David, he was playing all these manner of instruments, man. Right? He was playing all these manner of instruments, and he was praising the Lord by doing so. Right? I'm skip down to verse 14. It says, and David danced before the Lord with all his might, and David was girded with a linen ephod. So David was dancing before the Lord with all his might, man. He took that off his damn laboring, sweating. I'm led to believe David was sweating when he was dancing for the Lord, because it says with all his might. You could be making garments with all your might, staying up diligently. I know the brother Nadash W5LA, and he's like, hey, it took me a while to make these shirts. I was like, hey man, hey, that's all praises, right? It's like, I'm gonna get the shirt right now, right? This mighty shirt right here, man. Mighty shirt. Hey, this wasn't easy to make. This wasn't easy to make, man. But the brother, he made it for the spirit. That's a form of labor. Did the Lord not writing that down? You know what I'm saying? That's a good work right there, right? So just to want to touch on that point that there's different forms of doing the work of the Most High God. Because if it was only shaking the hand, then only a few would be saved, because not everybody is ordained to be a teacher like how the brothers going to. But come on, brothers got it.
Yeah, that's right, man. Like, a beautiful point though, like the brother going into, man. Hey, everybody literally not meant to be a teacher when you go to what's that, 1 Corinthians chapter 12. And you got brothers who literally just got the gift of tongue. Hey, some brothers, hey, damn it, don't even speak English, only know Spanish, French, hey, all these different like. So since they not shaking the hand, I mean, is they work not accounted for? You get that real quick. Let me get this in 1 Corinthians, right, chapter 12. I want to get it. I want to get into a couple of different ways, man. Get into this thing through the spirit, right? Right, it's the book of 1 Corinthians, right, chapter 12, right? in verse number, I'm gonna start at verse number 4. It says, Salaki, let me turn this light on. Salaki. This says, now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit, and there are differences of administrations, but the same Lord. Right? It says, and there are diversities of races, but it is the same God which worketh in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit within. See that? So it's still that same manifest. It's that Spirit. It says every man to profit withal. But by which gift the Lord given, whether it's gift of tongues, whether it's teaching, whether it's alms, hey, whatever way it is. But let me get one. I want to jump to this. It says, verse 8, it says, for to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom. Some brother just got infinite amount of wisdom. The Lord literally just gave them wisdom. They breaking down dark, deep sayings, deep parables that brother scratch their head at and kind of bug out at. The Lord gave some brothers that. But what else he say? He said, another, the word of knowledge by the same Spirit. See that? Hey, that's why drum 9 says to another faith by the same Spirit. Hey, literally, faith is down there a gift, man, because you got some brothers. That's why the Lord said, if your brother be waxing faint, if he ain't got enough faith, hey, you got to be there for him, man. Let me get that real quick. Hey, you literally, you got some brothers who literally don't got as much faith as you. You know, that's literally is a gift, man. But that's a different way to have. I want to get this point real quick, though. I want to go into the tongue. Salaki. This verse 10, it says, to another working of miracles, another prophecy, right? Some brothers go deep into the prophecies, right? It says to another discerning of spirits, to another diverse kinds of tongues, right? You got the brother Yawanathan literally going to the tongues, man. And the English. He got it bilingual. What they say, bilingual, man. Brother's literally going to it in the Spanish, and we out there doing the work. The brother going to it in Spanish. He kind of pull the brother aside, a kind of reeling him in through the Spirit, man. Right? But that's just another way that you get it. But I want to get this, and I want to touch on one of them, man. I'm gonna jump right in this thing, man. And 1 Corinthians chapter 13, man. Right? Hey, this one of the ways that you give it. Charity, man. Hey, charity is another way to labor for the Lord. You can literally, the Lord said charity to, let me get this, man. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And I'm going to start at verse number, this whole thing, I'm going to start at verse number, all right, can I start at verse 3? It says, I'm going to start at 4. So like it says, charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunted, meaning like it boasted, it's not itself. Charity not boasting itself. You got some brothers like, yeah, man, I just gave to the homeless today 1,000 sandwiches. Yeah, it was light. You know, hey, you got some brothers boasting about it, but the Lord say, hey, charity shouldn't boast itself, man. And it's not puffed up, man. Right? Let me get the point. I want to jump right to it though. Verse number 13. It says, and now abideth faith, hope, charity, these three, but the greatest of these things is charity, man. Literally, and charity not just giving to somebody. Hey, it's like the brother's going to earlier, kind of on the phone, listen to a brother problems, kind of pulling the precepts that he need in that time of need. Brother might be catching hell at work. Damn, they trying to fire him. Hey, anything, man, you know, in this damn captivity we in, man. Damn, some brothers who dealing with baby mama problems, you know, you could be there for that brother. Hey, he might need somewhere to stay. Red kind of kicked him out. Damn, fighting. Hey, all hell breaking loose. But that's another form of charity, man. It's not just damn giving. You know, hey, it's many ways to get charity, man. Right? Let me get another precept, man. I want to get this. All right. Let me get this in another pocket. I gotta get out my 1611. So all right. Let me go to this real quick. Bear with me, y'all. Gotta go to the 1611. So this is the book of, all right. Well, I'm still on that, man. This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, and verse number, I'm going to start at verse 3. Let me get it. Tobit, chapter 1, and I'm going to get this one, right? Now, brother was touching on charity, but I want to jump one more, right? So like it. This is the book of, wait, do I want to get this? Tobit 1 and 3. This says, I, Tobit, have walked all the days of my life in the way of truth and justice, and I did many alms deeds to my brethren. So Tobit said he did many armed deeds to his brethren, man, right? Which is really another form of charity, giving alms, right? Even though, he said, I did many armed deeds, right, to my brethren and my nation, right? And y'all know what Tobit did. He kind of told his son, hey, kind of go bid the poor and the hungry to come to the feast, man. Literally, just going to get the poor. Hey, that's literally a way of alms and charity, man. Right, let me finish this out. In my nation, who came with me to Nineveh into the land of the Assyrians, right? Now let me jump around real quick, right to the point. It says, Tobit chapter, one more so I'm gonna pass it, man. I'm gonna start at Tobit chapter 1 and I'm gonna get verse 15. I think that's where I want to go. That's the part I was paraphrasing. I'm gonna get it. It says, verse 15. I start at 15. Tobit 1 and 15. Now when no, I want to start. I'm gonna start at 16. So like it says, in the time of Solomon Nazar, I gave many alms to my brethren and gave my bread to the hungry. So literally, Tobit literally making his body a sacrifice, giving bread, giving alms, many things that he doing. He said, verse 17, he said, and my clothes to the naked. And if I seen any of my nation dead or cast about the walls of Nineveh, I buried them. He was literally making his body a living sacrifice. Damn, burying this dead. Hey, because the king, hey, they gave a commandment, said, hey, if you was get burying any of your nation, man, hey, you'll be put to death, man. Hey, but Tobit, I don't give a damn. I'm still doing it. Why? Because that's the law, man. So that's just another form that a way that Tobit was given, man. Charity and alms, man. Right, but I'm gonna pass it to the next level.
Yeah, Con. Hey, mighty points by the Ikea, man. And I just want to touch on. I know all hell broke loose. My damn camera, or the video kind of went out, so I missed the point what you was bringing out charity for. But I think I want to tackle on like the same lines. Like so, as many forms of labor that the brother brought out in Romans 12 and 1 Corinthians 12. There's many offices, right? But there's also uniform, like universal, ways that you can labor that everybody can do, like charity, like the brother just brought up, right? But I just want to tackle on some of those, right? This is Psalms chapter 50 and verse 14. Offer unto Yahweh thanksgiving and pay thy vows unto the Most High. So, hey, when you vow a vow to the Most High, you got to pay that thing, right? So that's everybody has to do that. Everybody can do that. You can't just say, oh no, well, I can't offer up unto the Lord Thanksgiving. No, everybody's able to offer up unto the Lord's Thanksgiving. Like let me bring that up in 1 Thessalonians. I'll start at verse 14. Really, I want to get to the point, but I'll start at verse 14. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, be patient toward all men. See that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men. Rejoice evermore. Everybody can do that. Pray without ceasing. Everybody can do that. And everything give thanks, for this is the will of Yahweh and Hamashiach Yahweh concerning you. Right? So everybody can do these are universal ways that you can labor. Men, women, children, damn anybody, man. Anybody with breath that has breath in their lungs can. Hey, let's get it again. Warn the feeble-minded. It says, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded. So all of this, like the brother was saying, it goes back into keeping the laws. That's how you labor. At that, at the base level of it, it goes back into keeping the commandments, because the commandments are written for our success. So if you laboring, so say if you got a job, they give you what to do on the job, and you do what you're supposed to do, you'll get a raise, you'll get, paid on time, you get a promotion, you get all the good things that come with it. But if you're not doing what you're assigned to do, hey, you're gonna get fired. You're gonna get a letter of, they're gonna talk bad on you. So that's what the opposite of keeping the commandments is you're laboring in vain, right? So to not labor in vain is to labor, with a purpose. right? Keeping the commandments, right? So going back to Psalm chapter 50 and verse 15, and call upon me in the day of trouble, I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me, right? Two things again that everybody can do. Well, except like a newborn, but they, they might be mighty through the Spirit and just calling upon the name of the Lord. You never know. But hey, anybody that has sense and the knowledge, this is the go-to scripture to do in the day of adversity, right? To call on the name of the Lord. But that's how you labor. And we do that every, brothers. We fast as a body every week. I know brothers throwing up them prayers, calling on the name of the Lord, trying to get through that thing. So it's an inherent action, but everybody is able to do that, right? But that's a form of labor, right? Trusting, faith, trusting in the Most High, right? That's a form of labor, right? And I want to get that in Titus 2 real quick, all right? This is Titus chapter 2. Hey, this whole chapter, hey, it's literally going down the line. What a man can do, what a woman can do, what a child can do, just to be able to labor, to honor their head, right? But yeah, Titus the whole second chapter. I ain't gonna read this whole thing, but Titus chapter 2, right, is another mighty form of labors for all facets of the Israelite. I can get another one on songs. Let's get the book of Acts. Paul was getting in this thing, man. I said I love making music, so it's all. But was like, how can you labor? I'm like, everybody was laboring through the Spirit. But this is the book of Acts, chapter 16, and verse 25. Right, just get to the point. And at midnight, Paul and Silas prayed and sang praises unto Yahweh, and the prisoners heard them. Right, so hey, they prayed, man, and sang praises to the Lord. Right, that's a mighty form of prayer, man, because that goes back into faith. What are they praying for? Why are they praising? They're in prison, but what they're looking for those things to come, that salvation, right, which they got, through the Spirit. But hey, man, there's many forms to labor, man. You don't, like brothers is always going into, hey, you don't just have to shake the hand. You don't got to be on camera. You don't have to drop your location and then somebody come out there, and then that's when you labor. When somebody, found you. No, brother, the angels are recording everything. Brother, sister, man, woman, child. The angels are recording everything. So everything that you do it for the Lord. You do it in the name of the Lord, that he may be glorified above all. Right?
Hey, Con, that's right, man. It's like your boss. You have some static on your end, but yeah, Con. I don't know why, but yeah, Con. Just to let you know, I mean, we can still understand what you're saying though, but Con. But Con, hey, Con, that's right. I don't know if you wanted. I want to get in there. You there, Con? You there, Ken? All right, Con. I'm gonna get in there real quick. This is the book of Colossians, right? Chapter 1 and verse number 9. It says, "For this cause we also, since the day we heard it, do not cease to pray for you, and to desire that you might be filled with the knowledge of his will and all wisdom and spiritual understanding, that ye might walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, being fruitful in every good work." So how can you be fruitful in every good work? How can we be fruitful in every good work? Right? That shows you that there's multiple ways you can work for the Lord. There's multiple ways of how you can labor for the Most High God. Because if Paul wanted these men to be fruitful in every good work, that means that there's multiple offices and multiple works, right, that you could do, to labor for the Most High God. Because certain people might even have multiple talents and they use their talents, man. That even goes back to the parable, right? Let's go to the book of Matthew, chapter 25, right? Matthew chapter 25 and verse number 14. It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to the other 2, and to other one, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. So the Most High, he gives according to every man. It's like he gives to every man his several ability. Now, what does that mean? I'm gonna go to the book of Romans real quick, right? Uh, uh, right. So the Lord, he gives according to every man's several ability, right? So let's go to the book of Romans, all right, chapter. Let me see. Oh, yeah, Romans chapter 12, verse 3, it says, "For I say, though through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God had dealt to every man the measure of faith." You see that? So certain men, right, they have a greater spirit than other men, or they might even have more talents than other men, right? Certain brothers, they're blessed with music and the word of prophecy, right? They can go into prophecy and they can make songs. So those are different talents that even one man can possess. Certain men might even be able to do anything. They might be able to go into history, geography. They might even be they're strong in prophecy. They're strong in everything, man. You know, but that's not everybody, right? So we know that the Lord, like how I say, you can be on fire according to your several ability, according to what the Lord has given you. Hey, I can't be on fire with making music. I'm not that creative with it, man. I kind of press a little buttons here and there, man. I kind of, press on the keyboard. Hey, but I don't know, man. That's not really,
Cap.
something. Not you said what?
That's cap.
Hey, making music, I could play the piano, but in terms of making it, it's like make my own. I have to like sit down and like kind of, you know. So it's like, but certain brothers they can do it easily, So it's like certain brothers they might be blessed automatically with certain talents. So we as men and women of the Lord, we have to use these talents, right? And literally put that effort in so we can labor for the Lord, right? In every way, being fruitful in every good work, all right, as the Lord said, right? Now, just I want to touch on charity real quick. I want to touch on charity real quick because the brother brought out charity as being a good way to labor for the Lord and do the work of the Lord. All right, because the Lord, he remember, right? He didn't just say, you know what I'm saying, to do one thing and that's it, you good, right? He said, hey, he wants you to be fruitful in every good work, man. If it's possible. So I'm gonna go to the book of Philippians chapter 4 and verse number 10, it says, "But I rejoice in the Lord greatly, that now at the last your care of me hath flourished again, wherein ye were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity." Right? Meaning they had no chance to show their concern for Paul. Right? So I'm gonna skip down to verse Salakia, verse 18. It says, "But I have all and abound. I am full, having received of Epaphroditus the things which are sent from you, an odor of a sweet smell, a sacrifice acceptable, well pleasing to the Most High." You see that? So literally, you had men that gave alms unto Paul, and those alms, he said, was like a sacrifice of a sweet smell, well pleasing to the Most High God. So by you giving alms, that's not only you throwing up sacrifices to the Lord, but that's a form of work that you're doing for him, right? So, hey, that's all praise to the Most High. So, like I said in Colossians chapter 1, verse 10, it says that we have to be fruitful in every good work, So, any work that we can do, we got to be fruitful in it. But you brothers got it. I don't know if you want to, kind of want
Hear me?
to. Nah, you. Oh, it's a lot. You might be breaking up. Yeah, I don't think we can hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. Oh, shit.
I can't hear him. But Satan trying to cause confusion. But while the brother working that out, I'm gonna get this. That's a lucky for the background. Oh, he'll be breaking loose outside. But this is Matthew. This is going on the fruits, right? Brother just said, hey, you know, you got to be fruitful. Whatever you got, you know, hey, you plant it, you know, let it root itself. The Lord gonna provide the increase. You just got to keep tilling that ground. You know, just keep working at whatever you got. And this is the book of Matthew chapter 7 and verse 16. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistle? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. So this is going into like the brother was bringing out at the beginning of the live is, hey, you're going to be rewarded as according as your work shall be, right? So if you labor, that's what I was saying. I don't know if it got cut out, but I was saying, hey, make sure you labor, hey, for the profit, right? For the edification of the nation, right? For the magnification of the Lord's name. Don't labor in vain, hey, because you're going to bring forth evil fruit, and the Lord is going to expose you. The Lord is going to see it. Hey, his angels got to record it. Hey, he's going to expose you, man. The world is going to see it, you know, eventually. So the Lord is going to bring forth that corrupt fruit if you're sowing an evil seed, right? So reading on, it says, a good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth a good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not good for good fruit is hewn down and cast to the lake of fire, right? So, hey, that's the judgment, man. So you know, yeah, we're going into laboring, but don't labor in vain, because hey, you'll get cast down. Hey, the wages of sin is death, right? So it's a wide path to destruction, right? But a straight and narrow gate into the life everlasting, right? But there's only one way to get it. And the Lord said, "There's fire on the left, water on the right." You know, in the path so straight that only one man can walk. You know, in the book of Wisdom Song, right? So there's a or is that second address, so like chapter 7? Yeah, so like, but yeah, so you know, the point is just, hey, don't labor in vain, man. Because there's a lot of labor that you can do, and you don't just go and take this and say, "Oh, the brother said everything I do, just make sure I magnify the name of the Lord." You smoking the blunt, talking about, "Hey, thank you, Yahweh, man." Hey, that's off. You know, you going to the strip club, throwing them things, talking about, "Hey, Barakatah Yahweh." That's off as hell. So just take it in wisdom, man. We giving you the exhortation to, hey, whatever you got, you can work with it, but just do it for the profit and the magnification of the name of the Lord. Stay within the boundaries, because that's that straight and narrow gate, right? But
Yeah, kind that's right. Yeah, you brothers bring out beautiful points, right? But charity, hey, hey, don't they even say it in the world? Don't they say, hey, charity go a long way? Hey, what the most I do, man, literally, man. But I want to get at I want to get this point real quick. I want to go into Rutas Charity Arms. So like I was just skedaddle for a little minute, but I'm gonna get another point. The brothers bring out another point on a different topic, or Yasharala? Nah, okay, I'm going to something else real quick. Brothers touched on those, man.
Go.
Oh yeah, kind of. I want to get into yeah, kind. I'm gonna get a let me get this in Romans. Yeah, there's many different ways of going to it, man. Hey, even for the women, man. Hey, it was mighty women who literally labored in this thing, man. Literally, man. Kind of had hey, it's a whole what's Romans 16. Hey, talking about the whole damn chapter, talking about women who was down doing the work, you know, kind of Priscilla, Aquila, all of them. They was literally making their body sacrifices, man. All right, let me get this precept. I don't want Romans right now. I want to, hey, the lady, she anointed Yahweh Shai feet, man. Hey, with her tears, if I'm not mistaken, man. With her hair and her tears. Man, let me get that. What's that, John chapter 12? Uh, Con. Um, Con. So like that's my phone going off. This John chapter 12 in verse number. I'm gonna start at verse number from the at number 2. It says, yeah, I start at 2. It says, there they made him a supper, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him. Then took Mary a pound of ointment and spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Hamashiach. Right? It says, and wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the odor of the ointment. Right? Hey, but she literally did. Hey, she didn't have to do this. Hey, if I'm not mistaken, let me get this other one. Hey, they kind of told her to stop doing that, man. Hey, Lord said, hey, she do it the good thing, man. Right when you go to, if I'm not mistaken, in Luke, man. Hey, she was literally anointing the feet of Yahweh shop, man. Hey, that was a good word. That's charity, man. She had to do that, you know. Hey, even though it was already written, but she was gonna do it. But hey, she did that mighty word. Let me get this other precept. Um, in Romans, I was gonna go to it. I was gonna wait last. It's Romans chapter 16, and verse number. It says Romans chapter 16, and I'm gonna start at verse number. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, "I command." So this is going to the women. Different ways they could do they could give on 7 different ways to labor. Slacky. Literally, man. Hey, I'm gonna get this other point too. Slacky. I'm jumping points, but this Romans 16:1. It says, "I command unto you, Phoebe, our sister, which is a servant of the church, which is at Caesarea. Slacky. It says that they received her in the Lord as becoming saints." And that ye assist her in whatsoever business she have need of you, for she have been a succor of many, and myself also, man. So she, verse, hey, she was literally helping out whatever they needed, man. And you had women kind of, hey, who knows? Hey, she probably was damn. They needed food. They kind of needed stuff, hey, water, whatever the hell they needed. Hey, they was doing the work, man. Verse 3, it says, Greek Priscilla and Aquila, my helpers, and Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. He said, mine helpers. So who knows what they was helping with? They was literally his helpers, man. Literally, whatever Paul need, whatever Peter and them, Paul and them need, they kind of did whatever he needed, man. And righteousness, man. Right? It says, with whom for my life laid down their own necks, unto whom not only I gave thanks, but unto all the churches of the Gentiles, man. But when you keep going into this whole thing, hey, the women literally was giving, hey, they was doing the work, man. Mighty as hell, man. Let me get this other precept. And hey, I heard somebody bring out Philippians. The brothers bring out this in Philippians.
Oh,
Philippians
Philippians
3.
4 and 3.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, okay. I
You
thought you
had
had
that
brought
though.
that up.
You got that though.
You said what happened?
I had that. I was about to pull it.
Oh, okay, kind of. So like, I'll get something.
No,
Let's
yeah,
get
you
so
got it. You got it.
yeah, kind of. I'm gonna get this. You know, brothers, these, gotta get in that thing. Let me get this in Titus, right? Hey, women could teach, man. The children, man, and other women, man, and they got other ways that they can get in this thing. Let me get that in Titus chapter 2, right? You say, see that?
No,
Hey,
it's
brother.
all it's on there. I got some.
Okay, kind. Let me get this one then. This Titus, right? Chapter 2. Hey, brothers, got to get in that thing, man. Brothers kind of, hey, like hopscotch, man, jump rope, man. No, it's like, but this Titus chapter 2 in verse number. I'm gonna start at 2. It says, no, it's like I'm gonna start at 3. The aged woman likewise, because hey, literally women laboring by teaching the children. Hey, teaching other women, man. Hey, cooking, cleaning. Hey, sewing. Hey, it's many ways for women to get in this thing, man. Right? But it says this: the aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not giving much wine, teachers of good things. See that? And that's not talking about Eve out there saying, hey, you know, you're Israelite. Give me the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. They ain't talking about that, man. That's talking about teaching the children and the other women, man. Right? It says, verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love the children, man, to be discreet, chaste keepers at home, good, obedient to their old husband, that the word of God be not blasphemed. They literally doing the work by literally just doing what the Lord said. Hey, being chaste, let me get that again. So like it says, verse number 5 again, being discreet, chaste, keepers at home, right? Not damn in everybody's face talking about yeah, bring it out. Damn all man, Salaki, right? Keep going though. It says good, obedient to their own husbands, even being obedient to your husband, man. That's literally doing the work of the Lord, man, being obedient to your husband, man. Right? It says that the word of God be not blasphemed. So that's literally a good work, man. All right. But that's different ways that women could get in this thing, man. But I'll pass it to the next brother.
God. Oh yeah, God. Go ahead.
Oh no, you got it, King.
All right, God. Yeah, but hey, this is hey, we getting on, we helping the women out right now. right? Because there's many ways for women to labor, and to put forth good works, right? So this is the book of First Timothy, right? I'm gonna stay in this book. I'm gonna get two precepts. Chapter 2 and verse 9. I'm gonna get the classic, right? In like manner, also that women adorn themselves in modest apparel. So it's a hey, that's a mighty labor, man. Hey, you throw out all your pants, throw out all your tights and your booty, booty shorts. Go throw them things away. That's a mighty labor. And go buy some modest apparel, and sew them fringes on it, and that's a mighty work, man, right? And modest apparel with same faceness and sobriety, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly array, right? So, a transforming into, coming out of the darkness into the light, that's a labor, right? You have to put forth that work. You got to constantly just, press toward the mark for the high call, right? You can't just say, oh, well, I had these before. Well, this is just who I am. No, you're a new creature, right? So working into molding yourself into that fully, not just being you know, just spiritually, okay, my spirit is right. Well, where are your works? Because these are the works. The woman shouldn't dress like that. The woman should dress modest, right? So working towards a modesty, that's a mighty work for a woman, right? This is the book of First Timothy chapter 4 and right, verse 14, right? Don't want that. Yeah, yeah. So like, yeah. I'm gonna come back to that one. I want to get this one to Judith, all right? Because Judith, man, this whole book, this whole chapter, I mean, this whole book is literally just talking about, how mighty Judith was, man. She used what she had to labor to help the nation. And she wasn't out there preaching, shaking the hand. Hey, but she was comforting her people. Why? Because she let her know, hey, the Lord is with me. Why? Because the Lord was dealing with her because she was being sober, shamefaced, chaste, you know, uh, modest. She was keeping the words of the Lord. Therefore, he was dealing with her, right? So and he saved the nation through her, man. He saved the nation, man. And she did it so subtly. She used her beauty. If you haven't read the book of Judith, you're going off. If you're a woman, right? Even in the men, right? Read that book, man. That was a mighty act, man. She wasn't out here twerking, man. She wasn't getting to how she lived. She submitted, a, until the point where she knew she had an advantage. And then she saw that and she seized that moment. Why? Because she was listening to the spirit. The Lord was dealing with her, right? So I'm gonna get to the point, right? Like I said, I had all these precepts on the songs, man. But they was singing the song, talking about what she did, man. That's a mighty song, man. Judah chapter 16. I ain't gonna read this whole thing, but I'll read verse 1. Then Judah began to sing this Thanksgiving in all Israel. This is after she, I ain't gonna spoil it, man. Go read the book of Judith, man. I ain't even gonna say all what happened. But hey, go read the book of Judith, man. But this is the aftermath, right? And she kind of had the head, but then Judah began to sing this Thanksgiving in all Israel, and all the people sang after her this song of praise. And Judah said, begin unto my God with timbrels, sing unto my Lord with cymbals, tune unto him a new song, exalt him and call upon his name. Hey, she didn't say, hey, sing, hey, show me I did that thing, man. No, hey, she knew what she did. She just listened to the Lord. She said, hey, praise him, exalt him, sing it to his name. All these timbrels and they getting it in. Hey, it's a beautiful song, man. But if I sing this song, you're gonna know what happened, man. But just go read the book of Judith, man. Chapter 16 is where it explains in totality, but read the whole account, chapter 1 to chapter 15. Hey, it's a mighty book, man. But mighty works that our women can put in, not just sewing, you know, or taking care of it. Hey, you got to do those things inherently. You got to take care. Listen to your head. Your husband. Take care of the children, right? Teach the younger women as an aged woman, right? We read that in the Titus. But there's still other ways to labor. Like there's other ways as men. You know, you could teach, you know, exhort. But like the brother was going into, some people got different inherent skills, right? And they use that to their advantage to magnify the name of the Lord, you know, and ultimately to, you know, hey, ultimately to magnify the name of the Lord. But sometimes, hey, you kind of save the nation with what you're doing, man. You never know if you didn't put in that work, you know. Hey, if Judith didn't do this, who knows what happened? You know, what if Judith was feeling herself? You know, that's not modest. That's according to the, I mean, against the scriptures, right?
It's,
Yeah. So
oh, it's like I would say, what if it was a hot girl summer?
exactly.
And
You
she,
know, what if she was FNF? What if Judith, you know, so you know, so like you know, folly, but that's madness, right? But that's the mindset that's destroying our people. And we're just showing you and exhorting you that you can have good works. It's not just, hey, you got these 3 chapters and that's all I have is to conduct myself as a woman. No, man, there's many ways. There's many gifts. Just, you know, just like we said with the men. You just got to search out the matter because there's a lot in there, right? Go on.
oh, oh, it's like you had a quick point.
Yeah, I just had a quick point. Yeah, going into what y'all talking about. Yeah, man. No, like you said, hot girl summer, YOLO, bad beast summer. You know, none of that, man. You know, I want to get a precept on that music real quick. Yasharala, real quick, like on the account of Miriam, man. After they came up out the wilderness, man. You know, I gotta get it real quick. This Exodus 15. And right to it, verse 20, it says, and Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. And you know, and we know damn well they wasn't doing the dances like today, man. No, I don't want, man. You leave it at that, man. No folly, man. It was damn in righteousness, man. Again, just could deliver the Lord delivered them. Kind of, it's a new song, man. Right? Verse 21, it says, and Miriam answered them, sing ye to the Lord. Right? Sing ye to the Lord, for he have triumphed gloriously. The horse and the rider he have thrown in the sea, man. Right? So they rejoicing because the Lord delivered them, kind of overthrew the Egyptians in the Red Sea, and kind of, you know, just another account on that. But so like, yeah, that's right, you got it.
Oh, con. That's right. That's right, man. Hey, man, I had a quick precept on that too. This is First Timothy chapter 5, verse 5. It says, now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusteth in God and continueth in supplications and prayers night and day. See that? Hey, this is these sisters on fire, man. On fire, fervently laboring for the Lord, man. Fervently, labor for the Lord. She continued in supplications and prayers night and day, she's praying to the Lord, calling upon the name of the Lord, like we've been going into, man. You know, that is laboring fervently. And this widow, hey, guess what? She's laboring fervently, man. She's on fire because she's trusting in the Lord. You know, that's a form of work, man. Not you trusting in your flesh, trusting in something else. You trusting in the Lord. Hey, man, that's a form of work right there, man. You know, because you find the flesh. Hey, guess what? Find the flesh. That's work. That's strenuous work, man. You know, because it's like, let me get this definition real quick, man. All right. Let me get this definition. All right. This is the definition of labor. All right. Definition of labor. It says work, especially hard physical work. So work, toil, employment, exertion, right? Hard work, hard labor, elbow grease, sweat. And you could be literally fighting demons in your sleep, you sweating, fighting demons, or you sweating, burning in your lust, but you just damn, I don't give it damn, I'm not going off. This on third. You know, like let me get this precept. It's a book of Sirach, chapter 4, and verse number 28. It says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So the Lord says, strive for the truth unto death. What does it mean to strive? Let me get that Let me get that definition. Strive. It says, make great efforts to achieve or attain something. struggle or fight vigorously. You see that? That's a form of work right there. When you fighting, struggling vigorously, the Lord says, strive for the truth unto death. And what is the truth? The word is the truth. The law is the truth. So we striving for the truth. And guess what? Debating. That's a great form of work. Debating. Because you literally spiritually in the ring boxing somebody. He throwing punches, you throwing punches. Right? He got the dagger, you got the dagger. Now it's about who can swing that sword the most or the hardest, man. Or the who's more skillful with that word. Right? Now that's what it boils down to. But literally, the Lord says, strive for the truth unto death. So every day in this truth, you are laboring for the Lord, man. Right? So as long as you're fighting for the truth unto death, right? And that meaning hey, you making videos to fight this flesh. We fighting off the flesh to read. You know what I'm saying? Reading, that's of course that's laboring because guess what? Try to read damn for 5 hours straight and not be tired. Brother, don't tell me you're not tired, man. Right? You're gonna get tired, right? I mean, you're just gonna get tired. Because why? You're laboring. This is work right there. You know what I'm saying? Reading for 5 hours straight and studying. I'm not just talking about listening to an audiobook, right? I'm talking about actually reading, looking up the words that you don't know, linking precepts up, maybe going to history, going into geography or something like that, going into the etymology, going into the Greek and the Hebrew. You're gonna get tired, bro. Right? So it says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Right? So that's laboring right there. You fighting demons, you reading, you studying, trying to fight this flesh, namely, and first and foremost, you find this flesh. Guess what? That's all counts a labor, all right, that you can do. And it's not just talking about, when we say the work of the Lord, it's not just going into, like how we keep saying and keep reiterating, shaking the hand, going out to the highways and byways, which of course you should go there. Not telling brothers don't go into the highways and byways. Right now, the brother you just check laxing. See that? I knew I didn't have to go to camp. So anybody that told me I got to go to camp, you going off. Now I'm saying, hey, we saying that it's not just going to camp. It's other than that, brother. You can't just go to camp one day at the week and then all the rest of the days you just not laboring for the Lord at all. You just damn in the world, damn it. You're just in the world. And then you come to camp that one day out of the week. And now that's your day of laboring. But all the other days is not. Like, you gotta labor throughout the week, man, as much as you can for the spirit. But be kind of I'll pass with with that, I'll pass it to the brothers.
Hey, Con, that's the spirit. I literally had that same precept. The brother brought out the precept for the precept. I was about to bring it up. I didn't bring it out yet. That's the spirit.
Yes.
So, hey, this is the classic, though. This is chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle. So that's the labor, man. Like the brother was going into. That's that striving. You having to put off the attack. You got to play defense. You got to get him off of you, or you gotta get that flesh off of you, and you gotta put the flesh in the chokehold through the spirit. But it's coming at you. So it's a back and forth. But that's what the Lord said. Hey, that's that labor. You're gonna get tired after that. Like the brother was saying, you reading 5 chapters, you fighting the flesh. 5 hours, you fighting the flesh, right? You're not just gloriously breezing through the whole down 80 books, man. You're not doing that, man. You just waking up, talking about I'm mighty as hell. I'm in the spirit, fervent. No, brother. You fighting the flesh, right? You're laboring, right? If you're, trying to stay in the spirit and sincerity, right? And this is gonna weaken the flesh. It's gonna weaken the spirit, right? But it's gonna get built back up by what? The precepts, right? So the Lord is gonna recompense you, and He's gonna give you that according, as you're laboring. Like we was going back into the truth, the tree. If you're laboring in truth and sincerity, the Lord's gonna give you what? Good fruit. So by the time when He comes back to reap, hey, your harvest is gonna be full of good fruit. And He's gonna give you the keys. Say, well done, my good and faithful servant. But if not, if you letting the flesh just win, talking about I'm laboring, like I'm doing the best I can, and all you doing is waking up and reading the verse of the day, man, and waiting for Saturday You don't even call it the Sabbath. You just say, I'm waiting for Saturday. That's the flesh, right? You're not moving in the spirit. You're letting the flesh overtake you. Hey, and right now, for that season, it's going to seem like it's okay, but we know that not to be true, right? So it says, put on verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So, like the brother was going into, you're not really wrestling a physical person or a physical thing, is you wrestling, mindset, focus, attention. Um, what is it? When you do something when people are not looking, it's called
Integrity.
integrity, right?
Integrity.
Yeah, kind of water. See that? Lean on the brothers, man. They got my back, right? So you fighting that, right? You're fighting slothfulness with integrity. You're fighting the flesh with the spirit, right? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. All right, what's those strong moral principles? Right? Let's get that. Let's get the book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8. It says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then shalt thou make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. All right, so Moses is passing this on to Joshua. Why? Because he knows then you're going to have good success. Then the Lord is going to work with you. He's going to fight for you. All right, he's going to guide your steps. All right, so that's having integrity, is doing the law of the Lord. Right, everything that we've talked about, the works, the labor that you're putting forth, is all resorting back to the law of the Lord. You're staying in the spirit by what? Doing the commandments. It was given to you for your success. All right. God.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and I wanted to touch on this one, right? I think we had quoted it earlier. Hey, brother Barzayah just kind of said it as a spirit said, hey, see, brothers got my back. And that's literally another one, man. Literally bearing the burdens of your brothers, man. Right? Literally, hey, he going through something, and you kind of got to go through it too. Can't say, what they say in the tough titty, deal with it, Ak. Right? That's off, man. You literally got to bear that burden, man. Let me get that. Right? So, like, right, this is the book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse 1, right? And it reads thus. It says, brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such as one in the spirit of meekness. He didn't say just let him deal with it. That's on you, Ak. Hey, no, man. He said restore him, right? You are which are spiritual, and what's spiritual, man? Let me get that real quick. Right. Now we know we are, we gotta go into it, man. Right. The Lord said, ye which are spiritual, right? This is the book of Romans, right? Chapter 7 and verse number 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, so in a sense. So we know that us who keeping the laws, we spiritual, right? So we got to restore that brother back up into that it said in the spirit of meekness, man. Can't just say let them deal with it. No, okay, we're gonna help brothers with the precept, build them up with the precept. If you got to be there for a brother, hey, monetarily, however way you got to do it, man, you kind of got to be there for your brother. Why? And and that's charity still too, man. When you want to go into it like that, but being there for your brothers, man. Hey, like hey David, man, David and Jonathan, man. Hey, let me get that real quick. Let's get that. And First Samuel. What Saul seeketh to kill David. And what Jonathan do, man? He kind of told him, right? My father seeketh to kill you, man. Hey, that was charity, man. He could have said, it is what it is. No, man. Hey, David, they was best, they was right hand men, man. Let's get that in First Samuel 18, no 19, First Samuel 19, right? Just that brother he loved, man, right? It says this. I'm gonna get in First Samuel chapter 19 and verse 1. It says, and Saul spake to Jonathan his son and to all his servants that they should kill David. But Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David. And Jonathan told David, saying, Saul, my father, seeketh to kill thee. He could have been a nigga and said, well, David was cool, but my father finna kill him. No, he let his brother know, man. Hey, my father trying to kill you, and he went against his pops for that, man. Why? Because that was his brother, and that was right. I mean, that was right hand man. And they was best friends then. But he literally, showed that brotherly love and kind of told him like, hey, yeah, my father ain't finna kill you, man. But let me finish. It says, I pray thee, take heed to thyself until the morning, and abide in the secret place and hide thyself. Hey, if that ain't love, I don't know what love is, man. He literally went against his father to tell David, hey, he's finna kill you. Hey, go hide yourself, man. Hey, but that was a form of charity, man. He didn't have to do that, man. Right?
So
It
like,
says, and I will. Okay.
Salakia, and brothers got to take into consideration back then what it meant to go against your father.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, con. But that's just another form how he showed that, hey, bearing his burden, man. Hey, bro, he's damn. My pops finna put him to death. Hey, I gotta bear that. Hey, go take. And then when you keep going into this, hey, brothers already know the story. Hey, that was a mighty chapter, man. Kind of bear this burden to the end, man. But back to it. Salaki in Galatians, right? It says verse 2 again. No, Salaki in 1. It says, brethren, if a man be overtaken in the fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such as one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. He said, lest thou also be tempted, man. Right? It says, bear ye one another's burdens. He didn't say run from it and then do all kind of wickedness, man. He said, bear one another's burden, man. And so fulfill the law of Hamashiach. Hey, Hamashiach bear all our burdens, man. Let me get that, man. Hey, we all know we're supposed to be in this truth right now, man. Hamashiach literally bear all our burdens, man. Let's get that in Isaiah, right? 53. Right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 53, and verse number I'm gonna start at 3, right? Hamashiach literally did that, so how we can't do that to our own brothers, but Hamashiach did it for us, man. We gotta show that brother you love, man, and that's just another way, hey, going into how you labor, man. But let's get it. It says, I'm gonna start at 3. It says, he is despised and rejected of man, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, and we hid as it was our faces from him. He was despised and we esteemed him not. Right, verse 4, that's what I want to select. It says, surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, stricken, smitten of God and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, man. Literally, Hamashiach was literally wounded for our transgressions, man. So how much more we got to bear our own brothers, brother? The light affliction that they going through, damn Satan hopping on them, like you, brother with a lust demon, with a porn demon. And you got to help them, hey, especially if that was something you was going through, man. You literally supposed to be there, and you kind of know the way to get, hey, I just didn't read, kind of fast. You want to fast with us, claim a fast, kind of get that spirit up off of you. That's how you help bear that brother burden, man. That's charity, that's love, that's literally ways, hey, laboring, man. Literally, because you're not doing it for yourself, you're doing it for your brother, man. Right? But man, with that, I'll pass it to brothers, man.
Hey, so like I had a quick precept. Going on, what the brother saying, man. This is the book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 1. It's like, did you bring this out too? Allah, you brother.
No lie.
Okay, it says, it says, we then that are strong. You see that? So basically, Paul, he's saying the same thing in different epistles, man. He kind of saying the same thing. You which are spiritual, ye that are strong, right? Because if you spiritual, you strong, man. All right, in the Lord. It says, we then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak. You see that? And not to please ourselves, right? Because literally in the previous chapter, that's the spirit, because me and Judah was just going into that, right? You literally have men that's weak in the faith, you have men that's stronger, a little bit stronger than the faith. So those that's stronger in the faith, you have to, it can't be just damn walking around high and mighty like this, hey, I'm strong in the faith. Get the hell out of my way, man. Right, go sit over there. Right, you got to go sit down over here. Hey, you can't sit at this table. Only brothers that's been in the truth, for 3 years can sit here. Man, what the hell? Right, that's all. So it says, hey, we that are strong, we should be the ones that's damn laboring even more, man. It's not we laboring less. Now we're not doing much, right? The brothers that's weak in the faith, now they doing all the videos. We don't have to do videos though. We don't have to call brothers. We strong in the faith. Why we need to call brothers for? We should be the one then tapping everybody's phone, man. If we call ourselves strong in the Lord, you know, it says what? We ought to bear the infirmities of the weak and not to please ourselves. Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification. For even Mahashiach pleased not himself. So just like how the brother was saying, Yahweh Shah, he wasn't even pleasing himself. He was bearing his cross, man. So if Yahweh Shah was bearing his cross, we have to also bear our cross, man. Look at that precept real quick. Matthew 16:24. Right? We have to bear our cross. Right? This is Matthew 16 verse 24. And that's labor. You know, let's say even because these Christians, they take that literal. All right, I'm gonna read the precept. Right, this is Matthew 16 verse 24. It says, then said Yahweh Shah unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. So you literally have, all right, hold on, man. Watch this, bro. Oh, what the hell? All right, come on. I'm gonna share on screen, man. Is this what the precept is going into, bro? Is this what the precept is going into? See that?
La
Hey, what the brother say? Right? Is it literal? You know, we have to actually make an actual cross, and you know, we have to like literally, you know, kind of just walk around with it down the street. You know, that's people in Seattle. That's what they do. They literally have a cross and they walk down the street with it. Like it's literal. Like that's supposed to mean something, right? Really, you doing that for vainglory for real. You know what I'm saying? You kind of for real just doing that for vainglory because you want to be seen of men and see how, you know, devout you are, right? Ah, the Lord said that's not little. Hey, take up your cross. That's what you bearing the burdens that the Lord put upon you, right? And some of those burdens is what the the burdens of other brothers, man, other brothers and other sisters. You got to bear that too. That's part of bearing the cross. You know, basically, it's all the affliction, all the turmoil, all the temptation and stuff that we have to bear in this truth. But with that comes also others, right? Other affliction too. We can't just carry our. We have to carry a other affliction too, especially if you are the head of a household. You have a wife, you have a children, you got children. Their infirmities, you got to bear that too. You're the man, right? You're the man of the household, you know. So even in that regard, you got to do that. You got to bear up the cross. You got to bear your cross, and you got to bear those afflictions, or you got to bear those afflictions, not just yours, but also the others around you. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, and guess what? The Lord, hey, the Lord, you doing exactly as the Lord said, right? You're doing exactly as the Lord said, and there's precepts to validate that, man. But all of that is labor, because even if you were walking around with that actual cross, remember this cross wasn't heavy. I mean, it's not light, right? It's literal wood. So you kind of walking around like that. Guess what? That you're gonna get tired. I don't care how strong you might be, you can get tired after a while. You can be like, damn, this stuff getting hard as hell. This area start hurting. Your what's it called? Trapezius. So like yeah, your trapezius, something like that. Right, your shoulders start hurting. You start going down like I gotta put this thing down. You can't put it down, man, on a spiritual level. You know, but Connie, you got it, King.
Con, that's right.
Con.
Yeah, that's that's plain. I got a precept on that, right? And this is just to touch on what the brothers are bringing up, right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 13. But go thy way to the end be, right?
Mhm.
So this is another form that like the brother was going into. This is labor, right? You got to go your way, right? The Lord set out a way and a path for you to walk, right? And this goes back into the law, right? Not to covet, right? But it says, but go thou thy way to the end, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of the day. Right? So you have one purpose, you have one job, is to be who the Lord called you to be. Whatever you have, put that forth, right? Pay it back. Don't be out here trying to covet and you looking at somebody's spiritual cross, like the brother said, you ain't carrying no damn cross. Or you looking at somebody else's lot and you, oh, that's a little bit. I'm gonna try to be like this person, or I'm gonna try to move like this person. Brother, stand in thy lot. right? Carry that burden, man. The Lord, hey, let's get that. Let's get that. 1 Corinthians chapter 10. All right. You think the Lord forgot about you? There, this the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with temptation also make a way uh, to escape, that ye may be able to bear it, right? So you'll be able to carry that burden, right? Face that affliction or whatever it is, right? Fight that battle, right? Whatever you have to do within that lot, within your lot, whatever the Lord is putting on you, He knows whatever how much you can take. He's not gonna put more on you than you can bear, that you can withstand and withhold and keep moving with, right? But you have to, hey, like the brother brought out, the Lord did that, man. And He literally carried our burdens, man, and died doing it, man. He died for you, your wickedness, man. You brother, you sister, you young man, young woman. He died for your afflictions, man, for you to be able to repent and have grace right now, right? So you're not just out here getting put to death like we should have been, like the brother. We should have all been out of here, man. Hey, it's a couple times over, man. Like brothers do not deserve this grace, but let's get it. This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man may lay down his life for his friends. Right. So that's the greatest form of love, right? That we can ever even express or receive. Or I mean, we can even fathom, man. It's the Lord set that example, right? So I want to go to the book of Ephesians. All right. I was going, yeah, I'll just get it, right? Verse 19, going back to the songs, right? Speaking to yourselves in songs and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord, right? So that's meditating on the precepts. But I want to get to this point. I'll skip down to verse 21, submitting yourselves one to another in the fear of Yahweh, right? So submitting yourselves one to another, that's what the brother was going into, bearing each other's burdens, right? Looking at the issue that your brother is presenting to you and submitting to that and saying, look, hey, that's not your burden no more, it's our burden. What can we do about it? We can declare a fast, throw up some prayers, hit these precepts. And this is what you can do because you're submitting yourself to your brother, man. Like the Lord did for us. Right? So submit yourself to your brother. That's another righteous work that you can do through the spirit. All right.
Yeah, kind of, that's right. Yeah, brothers bring out beautiful points, man. What we go over, what charity, alms, a women exhorting, teaching, laboring, helping in any kind of way they can for the men. Hey, reverencing a husband, you know. What else we going to?
Uh,
Yeah, cons, many different ways, man. You
yeah.
said what else?
Now I said, I went into the Psalms, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean that's on. Yeah, con praising. Hey, I think brothers went into prayer.
Right,
You
right.
know, hey, prayer. That's literally a way. That's brother. Yasharala went into way earlier. Colossians chapter 2 and verse 7. I mean 8. I think. Literally praying. Right. Hey, I'm gonna get this one, man. Hey, literally, exhorting your brothers, man.
Right.
Exhorting them to righteous works, man. Right. Kind of go hand in hand, man. Right. This the book of Hebrews chapter 3 and verse number 13. Right? And it reads with this. It says, but exhort one another daily while it is called today. That's in there you be hardened through the deceitfulness of the sin. But the main point is, hey, exhorting one another daily, man. Hey, because you might see a brother, you see him, hey, you kind of see spirits on you, kind of, hey, brother, you haven't been fasting, have you? Let's do a fast. Hey, you see a brother who haven't, he kind of out there teaching, and you kind of see him missing precepts. He kind of forgetting. You can see it. Hey, we spiritual men. We can see when brothers kind of ain't been studying, reading, paying, hey, getting in this thing. So, hey, that exhortation, telling brother, hey, brother, what you read today? Or kind of go over precept. Hey, Yasharala, hey, me and Yasharala was just doing it earlier, man. Hey, we do it with brothers daily, man. Lord willing, man. But that's just exhorting your brothers to good works, man. Let me get this precept, man. Hey, what happened with what I was gonna go to. Oh yeah, about the exhortation, man. Let me get this preset, man. Brothers got to get exhortated, man. Hey, me myself as well. Brothers get on me. Brothers exhort me when they say, "Hey, my haircut too low, man." See that stuff? Hey, brother, stop cutting your hair so low, man. You know, I'm like, brother, it's not a razor, man. Hey, but no folly, but that's just a good exhortation too. But I want to get this preset, and Salaki, I want to get this preset real quick, and First Kings, right? Let me get this precept in First Kings, all right? Exhorting brothers, man. All right, this is the book of First Kings, chapter. I want to get this precept, man. All right, bear with me. I think it's chapter 22. First Kings, chapter. That's not what I wanted, Salaki. I'll get this in Matthew, man. All right, all right. This is the book of Matthew, right? Chapter 14, man. Right? Let me get this real quick. This is Matthew chapter 14 and verse number where I want to start at. I want to say get this. Yahweh I was getting on. I start at verse number at 27, man. Right? No, I start at 26, so like it, right? Hey, Yahweh exhorting Peter, man. Right? Even though he was getting on him and saying, "Oh, that was a little fake, man." But let me get this preset real quick. This Matthew chapter 14 and verse number 26. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a spirit." But they cried out for fear. But straightway Yahweh spoke unto them, saying, "Be of good cheer, man." And he said, "Hey, what you mean it's a spirit, man? Hey, be of good cheer, man." It says, "It is I, be not afraid." And Peter said unto him, "Lord, if it be thou, bid me to come into with us like unto thee on the water." And he said, "Come." And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked out of the water to go to Hamashiach. It says, but when he saw the winds boisterous, he was afraid and began to sink. He cried, saying, "Lord, save me." And immediately Yahweh stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, "O thou of little faith, where didst thou doubt?" I mean, it's like, wherefore didst thou doubt? So Yahweh getting on Peter, it kind of, be of good cheer, man. Don't be afraid, man. Right? Telling them, "Hey, it's me, man." But he told Peter, "Hey, come out here, man, if you got that faith, man." But it says, and immediately Yahweh stretched forth his hand and caught him, because Peter didn't believe, man. He started sinking, man. But hey, that's what Yahweh getting on him, man. It says, "O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt?" And when they were coming to the ship, the wind ceased. But hey, Yahweh kind of exhorted them, man, in a sense. And let me get this other preset real quick. Right? Let me get one more preset real quick. I'm gonna pass it to brothers. Let me get this, man. And this the book of, let me go to Acts. Acts, all right, chapter, all right. Let me get this preset, bear with me. All right, this is the book of Acts, right? Chapter I'm gonna get this one in Acts, man. Right? Exhorting brothers, hey, when they were searching the scriptures, man, right? Let me get this in Acts chapter I saw that 17 in verse number Salaki. I'm gonna start at 10. It says, is this what I want? No, that's not what I wanted. Salaki. Yeah, I'll give it to the next brother. I'm gonna try to come back. Let me get this preset real quick. Salaki. Brother's got it real quick. That's not what I want.
It's luck. Let me get in there real quick. It's like, Barzayah, do you want to get in there?
Oh, I just got one. Just one precept.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Touching on what the brothers brought out. Right, this is the book of Second Timothy chapter 4 and verse 2. Preach the word, be instant in season, out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. So, like the brother was going into, you gotta exhort your brothers, man. And what that comes with is you gotta reprove and rebuke your brother, man, through the spirit. You don't want to shake your hand at the brother and look down and say you wicked. You gotta uplift your brother, man. You gotta use subtlety and a long suffering. Hey, you gotta, hey, you just read it. Hey, love him like your own, man. Hey, that's your brother, man. You gotta, hey, look, you gotta take on their burdens, man. So what you're doing with that is when you're exhorting your brother, and you put yourself in their shoes. Hey, what would I want a brother to do for me? If I was down and out, because hey, that's literally, that's what the Lord said, man. And you look at your brother and you see yourself. You see Yahweh Shai. Hey, you see the Most High, right? Because we're made in His image, right? So we're all brothers through the Spirit, man. So we would reprove and rebuke each other through the Spirit, but it's just for corrective actions. It's not to get on the brother. It's to uplift the brother and exhort them to do good works. Come.
That's exactly right, man. Yeah, we not laboring, or we not putting down our brothers. You know what I'm saying? Hey, last time I checked, Yahweh Shah, he wasn't doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. He would cut up, our people, but he wouldn't cut them up and just leave them there bleeding, just bleeding to death, just on the floor, just bleeding to death. Just got, just leave. Nah, Yahweh Shah, what he would do is he would cut you up, but then he would build you back up, man. You know what I'm saying? He will show you where you're going off, and he will show you the right way. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so that's what Yahweh Shah, that's what we have to do, man. Cut you up in righteousness. It's some righteousness, it's humility. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord, hey, just like how Barzayah brought out too, or Barzayah and Judah, in Galatians chapter 6, verses 1 on down, it says considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. Because we could all be tempted by the same temptation that this brother is going through, or this sister is going through. We're not exempt. You could be tempted to damn one day you just damn lusting after pepperoni pizza. Here you are laughing at a brother 1 week ago. Brother, you still lusting after pork? That's so easy. Then here you go, and the Lord smack you with that same temptation. Now you you get you there reaching for the phone, you kind of put the phone down. Nah, I can't. What am I doing? I can't order that. Okay, now you on the Domino's app. You on the Domino's app. Talking about it's a deal today, right? $5.99 for the pepperoni pizza, man. You know,
Now your neighbor ordering it and you
right?
smelling it.
Yeah, now you smell it through the window, bro. Are you tempted it? You just burning your lust for some pork, right? Now, so that's why we gotta consider also that guess what we be going through that same exact situation. So that also goes into Matthew 7:12. It says, therefore, whatsoever things you would that men should do to you, do you even so to them? For this is the law and the prophets, man. Literally, that's the law and the prophets. If you want this brother to help you out when you down bad, then help him, right? If you wanted this brother, here you are, you burning up in your lust 2 a.m. at night, damn, burning up your lust, damn, Satan heavy upon you. You damn, you praying to the Lord, you reading, but it's still there. So you try to call up a brother. You want that brother, you call him up, and he says, "Hey, I just deal with it," and he just hang up. Hey, I don't know what's gonna happen next, bro. You know what I'm saying? What the hell would happen next? He said what? Oh, we can't hear you up. Allah.
Yeah, that's
He's
off. Yeah, I think your headphones, but that's off.
yeah,
Crazy. That's madness. You
yeah,
got
go.
to deal with it. Brother said you got to deal with it.
You just have to deal with it, right? And he might be like, "Hey, Yahweh Shah was tempted, so just deal with it for 40 days and 40 nights, brother." Right? So that's that's why we have to, hey, man, right? We have to help each other out, and that's all part of laboring. Like if I always have a chance to help a brother, I'm gonna do it, Lord willing, man. I don't care if it's down to, hey, there's literally an account. I don't want to get too deep into it, but this accounts. I had to literally stay on the phone, brothers. It was like 2, 3 a.m., man. You know, but our brother was damn dealing with spirits. Damn, spirits heavy upon him. You got used to hear, right? So We literally have to do that. We called to do that. And that's another, that's just another, form of work right there. That's just the Lord kind of wrote that down. It's not like the Lord, he not writing that down because he only write things down from 9 to 5. Anything after 9 to 5, he not writing it down. So it don't count because you're not clocked in, you know. Brother, we always clocked in if you got ears to hear. That's what the Lord said. He said, occupy till I come. That means that we always on the job until Yahweh Shah come back. Literally. So even when we sleep in, we on the job. Right? When we wake up, you on the job. Right? It doesn't, hey, you're not only on the job just on the Sabbath. That's it. You only work one day out the week. You mean to tell me the Lord hired you into this office? You only work one day out the week. Come on, brother. What the hell? Right? We are clocked in all the time. Even when you at your worldly job, you clocked in, you know, to the spiritual job, right? Because you might even have brothers come up to your job or in your job, and you might, teach them a little bit, man. Or even when we it's like you're putting on our fringes, right? That's another form of work, doing the work of the Lord, because you being that light outside. So, brother, we always on a job. We got issue here. So I'm gonna get this precept, so like Colossians chapter 1 and verse number 27. It says, to whom God will make known what is the riches of the glory of this mystery among the Gentiles, which is Mahashiach in you, the hope of glory, whom we preach, warning every man and teaching every man in all wisdom, that we may present every man perfect in Mahashiach Yahushua. So that's doing the work right there. Presenting every man perfect in Mahashiach Yahushua. That's our job, you know. We have to present ourselves perfect, but we also have to present other brothers perfect as well. Making sure that, guess what? They doing what they need to do, you know. We presented every man perfect in Mahashiach Yahushua, Lord willing, because that goes into teaching them, that goes into admonishing them, that goes into exhorting them, because it's not just you know, it's not just one man going to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to the kingdom by yourself. You went to the kingdom with another group of brothers and sisters, right? Last time I checked, it wasn't just a Barzayah. You got Barzayah. He the only elect. That's it. That's the only brother. Hey, Yahweh dealing with, right? Like, we the body of Yahweh. So literally, if we're the body, that means that, guess what? We have to check up and deal with everybody in the body. You know. So we got to present every man perfect in Mahashiach Yahushua. And it says we're unto our labor, striving. See that again? It says striving, right? According to his working, which worketh in me mightily. So again, that labor is going into a lot of different things. All right, but Khan, you got it, King.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. My phone had, but yeah, if a brother say, "Hey, all right, deal with it, bro," and then kind of hang up. Hey, I don't want to be around that brother, man. Hey, blood might be on his hands, man. What if I
Yeah.
say, brother, I feel like I'm finna kill myself. I don't know, all hell breaking loose. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And that brother say, damn, you gotta deal with it and hang up. Hey, that blood might. That's what I say. I don't know what might happen the next day. Hey, that brother might have blood on his hands. The Lord might kill that brother the next day, man. He might put that spirit on that brother and take it off of the other brother, man, who had
Right.
that spirit. Never know. But I wanted to get this preset that I was looking for. It was 16, Salakia, right? This Acts 16 in verse number. I'm gonna start at 27, kind of going what Barzayah was going to earlier, right? But it says Acts 16 and 27, and the keeper of the prison, right, going into that exhort, man. I mean, yeah, kind of in that same sense. It says, and the keeper of the prison, awakened out of his sleep and seeing the prison doors open, he drew his sword out. I mean, it's like he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing that the prisons had been fled. Right? Now, only reason he's finna kill himself because during that time, hey, if they, and this was the inner prison too, hey, if any of those jailers would have got escaped, hey, I think it was like life for life type of thing, man, back in the days, right? But it says, and during this time, it says, but Paul cried with a loud voice, saying, do thyself no harm, for we are all here, right? That's why he said, for we are all here. It says, then he called for a light and sprang in and came trembling and fell down before Paul and Silas and brought them out, saying, sirs, what must I do to be saved? Look what Paul told him. He said, I mean, it's like this was Silas and Paul. It said, and they said, believe on the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua, and thou shalt be saved, thy in thy house. I'm just like it. Thou shalt be saved in thy house. And they spake unto him the word of the Lord and to all that were in his house, man. Right? So he exhorted, hey, he was finna kill himself. He kind of, hey, no, hey, don't kill, hey, we right here, man. Don't kill yourself, man. We right here, hey, how I'm gonna be saved? Hey, damn, hey, believe on the Lord, man. Right? So that's just another way that he was going exhorting, man. But that's the precept I was looking for, though. It's like, but that's about it.
Wow. Oh, you got it, King.
Oh, yeah. No, hey, I really didn't have nothing. That was deep. I was talking about precept, but that, I was right on time. But let me get the book of Psalms, right? These songs, man. Anything, how to exhort brothers to make music, man, through the spirit. Don't make music of the world. They make music how our fathers and our forefathers and our foremothers make music, man. And they wrote about it was their testimony. It was what the Lord did for them. That's a labor, right? You actually laboring, and hey, you talking about your labor and how the Lord came through for you, and that was a labor, you know, you know,
Right.
all through the Spirit. And this is the book of Psalms, chapter 149, and verse 3. Let them praise His name in the dance. Let them sing praises unto Him with the timbrel and harp. Right. So, let me read verse 4. For the Lord taketh pleasure in His people; He will beautify the meek with salvation. All right. So just being of that lowly spirit, coming out of the world, and laboring for the Lord, man, you're gonna get that recompense, man. You're gonna get the salvation, just by staying meek, right? Staying meek and humble, and honoring and observing what the Lord has done for you, right? Constantly, not just that, like brothers were saying, not just on the Sabbath. You say, oh well, look at my weekend in review. Now you throwing up prayers for what the Lord did for you on Tuesday. It's the Sabbath. Constantly, throw up them prayers, man. Throw up the magnification of the Lord. And that's a mighty labor, man. So, like I said, I got 1,000 precepts on songs. Your birth can get in that thing.
Okay, Hey, Salaki, I just had a quick precept too, and quick point. Like how we've been going through, man. It's just it's a lot of different ways. We can labor in this thing for the Most High. Like her brother said, music and stuff like that too, and that's a good way to labor too. Because hey, take it from Barzayah. Hey, this brother, he might be, he might be like, it's light work. It's light work, all right, to make music. All I got to do is I got a whole song, right? But I don't know, right?
But that's it's like it, but that's going into the many gifts though, because
Yeah, God.
Judah Manya got a memory like an elephant, man. I was like, what? And then you got the spirit of just brother got a precept for everything. You talk about wind. This brother, I got a precept, brother. But I'm not like that. I can't. So you might say that's light work. The brother Judah Manya recalling stuff from 10 years ago might say, hey, that's light work. And I can't do that. But I stay in my lot, like we were saying, that's the work. Just humbly just accepting what the Lord gave me, just giving it back. So through the Spirit, you can get on fire for whatever the Lord gave you. And then everybody else looking at you like, oh, that's somebody working. You looking like, oh, it's just light work because the Lord has dealt with me and increased, my fruits. So now it's looking like, and it's a big ass fruit, but it's like, well, it started real small and the Lord just began to increase. So the same thing with you, brothers. Y'all, it started somewhere and now it's all crazy. And now brothers like, man, that's some mighty work. Brothers is doing this, and that. And it's like, but that's going back into, not coveting. I know brothers ain't coveting and nothing, but just going back to, summarizing everything that everybody's saying, it's many different offices and many gifts that are offered unto the nation of Israel. So whatever you do, man, just magnify the Lord with it, man. It's gonna come out easy. You don't want to force the course. That's another thing. All right. But yeah, like that.
Yeah, God, that's right. And that kind of goes into Romans 11 where it says, Paul, he magnifies his office, man. So yeah, it doesn't magnify your office. Taking those time and tripling it. You know what I'm saying? Just using it to the best of your ability. So yeah, But you so like I
Uh,
just had a quick point. Oh, it's like
no, I
you
just
got
had a quick point too. Just to paraphrase what you had went to earlier on Matthew
uh
25, the parable. The Lord gave some one talent, and he
hmm
gave, like you said earlier, and gave some, he probably gave some 100, man. But that one, you got to multiply that, and you kind of got to do what you can with that. I ain't
right.
gonna complain and say, Lord, why you only give me one? Hey, I'm gonna try to make it multiply, man. I ain't gonna go dig it under the dirt, kind of hide it,
hmm
and say, for I know that the Lord is an austere man. No, man, brother, go damn flip it and do what you can with it, right?
Right, exactly.
But so like you got it.
Yeah, hey, so like even on that too, don't be the brother to be like, hey man, the Lord, he just gave me 3 talents. He gave you 10 talents, he only gave me 3 talents. Brother, how would you know that, King? Like literally, how would you know that the Lord only gave you 3 talents? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be the brother that just limits yourself, man. Right? And stuff like that. Hey, of course you gotta stay in your luck, you know what I'm saying? Be like, okay, maybe I don't, I can't do everything, but like, we're gonna say you can't do everything. You know what I'm saying? You may not be able to damn be mighty as certain brothers are, right? In the spirit, but at the same time, it's like, hey, try to increase in certain things. A test the waters because don't be like the brother, like, hey man, the Lord he only gave me that 2.5 talents. You know, brother, where'd you get the 2.5 from, man? You kind of just limiting yourself. And that's why that's why he did, he kind of just know Deuteronomy 28. That's it. Because he only gave me two. Brother, come on now. Right? Hey, so that's why it's like you don't know your ability. I mean, it's like your limit. Sometimes you don't know your limit for real, unless you actually try to prove it for real. Try to push it. If you don't know your limit unless you try to push your limit for real. So that's why it's like sometimes you got to test the waters, man. Be like, hey, you know, it's looking like the Lord. I'm gonna see what type of talents the Lord gave me, man, or how many. You got it, King. Or it's like, so what?
I just want to make one point, right?
Okay.
Like when we first started teaching, man, we used to do that. Brothers didn't want to go out there. Brothers kind of, hey, you go get wet, man. Kind of tap, and now you stepped in the water. You kind of, ooh, it's not bad. And now you damn, kind of swimming in that thing, man. So that's how you got to be, though, man. You can't be afraid to do it. Teaching, whether it's damn going into the history, going to the Hebrew, it's many different things you can do to edify the body, man. Right? You
Mm,
don't want to be what Yahushua told him in Matthew, what's that, 25 and 26, man. Let me get that real quick, right? Real quick. So it says Matthew 25 and 26, it says, his Lord answered and said unto him, thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap whereas I sowed not, and gather where I have not, select where I have not straw. Right? So you don't want to be the Lord call you a wicked and slothful servant. Oh, okay, brother say I got 2.5. I only got gift for tongues. I'm just gonna deal with that. No, man. Try to push and magnify. Hey, that's what we always try to exhort brothers, man. Hey, do more, man. Hey, but yeah, man, I yield with that, man.
hmm
I got a quick precept.
Come.
And this is the book of Philippians, chapter 4, and verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I
Mm,
am therewith to be content. Right? So don't take this out of context. Like the brother's saying, don't say, oh, well, but I only got 3. This brother got 10. Brother, hey, read on, brother. It says, I know, verse 12, I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound. So what that's saying is, hey, I know how to, hey, well, let's read it, right? Everywhere in all things, I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, right?
mm,
So brother was saying, hey, that's how we was before. Hey, we was kind of like, yeah, skeptical. Hey, the brothers pushed us out there, and but we knew how to be abased, right? And how to abound. We knew how to be humble, and we wasn't afraid of the fire. So once we got thrown in the fire, we accepted it. Hey, and the Lord put the spirit on us, hey, to kind of, thrive in that environment. Now, if the Lord put the spirit on us and we crumbled, and then we got out there again, and we crumbled, and we got out there again, and we crumbled. Hey, if through the spirit, that's why you got to be in the spirit, because you got to see if the Lord is saying, "Hey, that's not for you," find another office. Then then listen to the spirit. But if you got the spirit of, oh, I know I can do this, and the spirit of persistence and faith, hey, pursuing that thing until the Lord provide that increase. Just stay sincere and working, and that's what the precept is saying right here. I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound everywhere in all things. I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. I can do all things to a Mashiach which strengthens me. All right, so hey, you just gotta have that faith, man. If you looking to increase, looking for the Lord to increase you, right? You gotta just move in faith. You gotta look and ask and beseech the Lord for the increase, and He's gonna provide the opportunity. And you gotta be content with whatever state you in. If He got you in a state where you gotta wait, just know how to do that thing. What about reading, building up through the precepts, getting prepared for that moment? Because once the moment comes, hey, you either gonna fight or fly.
Right. Con, that's right. That's right. And precept, right? So basically what I was saying too, basically another form of laboring is like actually because I how our forefathers, they literally fought for the Lord. Like they literally fought tooth and nail, like, men, like how it says in Isaiah 95. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's literally our forefathers laboring for the Most High. Because I'm gonna get this account real quick in Judges chapter 6 and verse 11. It says, "And there came an angel of the Lord and sat under an oak, which was in Ophrah, that pertained unto Joash the Ezraite, and his son Gideon threshed wheat by the winepress to hide it from the Midianites. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him and said unto him, Yahweh is with thee, thou mighty man of valor." You see that? So, hey, the Lord appeared to Gideon. He said, "Hey, the Lord is with you, mighty man of valor." Right? And it says what? I'm gonna skip down. It says, verse 14, "And the Lord looked upon him and said, Go in this thy might, and thou shalt save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have not I sent thee?" You see that? So the Lord's like, "Hey, go, man. I sent you. Did not I send you? Right? Did not I just say that I'm gonna send you, bro? Right? Go and deliver my people out of the hand of the Midianites." So the Lord, He gave a commandment to do so, right? To Gideon. So I'm gonna go to the book of Judges, chapter 8 and verse number 4. It says, "And Gideon came to Jordan and passed over, he and the 300 men that were with him, faint, yet pursuing them." You see that? So they were faint, man, working for it. This is work for the Lord. The Lord literally command Gideon, take certain men, right, go with them and fall upon the Midianites and deliver them from my out of the hand of my people, Israel. So the Lord literally said that, and they had to execute that office. Gideon, he was like, hey, he kind of, I'm not going to say the brother was making excuses, but he was saying, like, well, oh, he was being humble. You know what I'm saying? He was being humble. He was like, but me, I'm nobody. Why you sending me? I'm the least of my family. This and the third, right? Hey, my family is a poor family in Manasseh. We really nobody. Hey, the Lord's like, I don't give a damn about that. I chose you. You're mighty man of valor, and you got to save my people out of the hand of the Midianites. And so, guess what? He received that commandment from the Lord, and they had to. Hey, they pursued, man. They took that commandment and they pushed it to the fullest. Because it says what? It says, "Pass over he and the 300 men that were with him, faint," meaning they were tired, exhausted. When you go into the Hebrew, that's what the word means. It means exhausted, man. You're just tired, man. And you could be exhausted after a long day of work, man. Or you could be exhausted after a damn workout too. Because literally, if you fighting, if anybody boxes, you know that even 3 to 5 minutes in a ring, you get damn gassing out. You like, you damn tired as hell, sweating, right? So these men, they were pursuing after the Ammonites, meaning they were chasing after them. So they were fighting, and then they had to chase after them too. Brothers can't even run a mile without stopping, man. It's like you got it, kid.
Yeah, man. Nowadays, hey, like I was going to earlier, brothers literally bend over to tie their shoe and see stars, man. How much? How much more going to damn war for the Lord, man? Hey, it said they fought. If I'm not mistaken, man. I think it was Judges. No, I'm missing like in Joshua, and they fought to the sun. Damn, let me
Oh
get
yeah,
this priest.
yeah,
Is that Deuteronomy or I forget number one of those? But he said, brother said they fought till the damn sun came up, and the sun was right,
do
and
that.
they still was fighting.
Okay.
Brothers would have been gas, man. I'm gonna get that too, but I'm gonna get this one. I just want to touch on what you were saying, right, about fighting for the Lord, defending the Lord, man. That's literally doing the work of the Lord. Hey, like Phineas, man, literally
Yeah,
thrust the man. Hey, I gotta get that, man. In Numbers 25, man.
yeah.
Right, this Numbers 25 in verse number. I started at 6. It says, "And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation." So look, this the zeal of Phineas, man. Hey, he wasn't having it, man. Right? This that zeal to the Lord, man. That damn work for the Lord, man. It says, and when Phineas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he rose up from the amongst the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. Is he going to get a javelin just to break dance with it or damn do some tricks with it? Hey, we finna see what he finna do with it, man. It says, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. Now, did the Lord say, why did you kill your brother and the woman? You know, that's off, you're going off. And the Lord rewarded him and made a covenant with him, man. Right? I mean, it's like not a covenant, but I'm finna get it. This jumping down to verse number 11. It says, Slaki 10, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Wherefore it say, behold, I give him my covenant of peace. Right? And he did the work of the Lord. He knew the Lord was going to damn destroy him, consume him in his jealousy. So he killed him, got the javelin, and thrust him in his and stayed the evil from the city, man. Doing the work of the Lord, man. Right? That's a mighty precept, though, man. Hey, it showed you our forefathers wasn't having that the intermingling, man. You know, right? Let me get one more precept, right? David, man. And he killed the Goliath, man. Right? And First Samuel chapter 17. First Samuel chapter 17, right? Just another one, just because brother went into the awards, man. All right. This First Samuel chapter 17 in verse number I'm gonna start at well now we all know this kind of this David kind of, you know, I'm gonna jump right to the point though, man. David kind of getting going to the his father told him to go deliver this to the thing. He seen this man at the war, kind of went and got him. But now we finna get into it though. This First Samuel 17 in verse number. I'm gonna start right. I'm gonna get right to the point, man. So like it says, verse 23. It says, and as he talked with them, behold, there came up the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistine, and spake according to the same words, and David heard them. Right, and hey, if you read a little bit up, man, hey, they were scared, man. The man was with some of the Israel. They were scared, man. Right. So look what David did, man. He said, and the men of Israel, when they saw the man, they fled from him and were sore afraid. Right. So now it says, I'm gonna jump right to it. Right. Verse 26, right? It says, and David spake to the men that stood by him, saying, what shall be done to this man that killeth the Philistine, and take it away the reproach from Israel? For who is this uncircumcised Philistine? So David kind of getting on him, man. Hey, who is this uncircumcised Philistine, man? But keep going. It says that he should defile the armies of the living God. Right now, let's go right to the point, man. All right, so like it says, right, going right to it. It says, I'm gonna jump right down to verse 39, man. It says, and David girded his sword. Well, no, so like I'm gonna start at verse 35. It says, and I went out after him and smote him and delivered him it out of his mouth and went. It's like, and when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him and slew him. But I ain't gotta get the whole damn verse, but the whole thing of it is, man, hey, David slew that damn Goliath, man. Hey, for the zeal of the Lord, man. Right? But that's just going into another precept, man. Literally that willpower for the Lord and doing going to war for the Lord, man. Right? And they said David was he was the littlest among them, the youngest, man. Kind of went out there and handled business, man. But with that, I yield, man.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, I get another account. This is the book of Joshua, right? Chapter 11, right? And hey, I started 9, right? And Joshua did unto them as the Lord bade him. So this is all just going back into these mighty men, these accounts of these men fighting for the Lord. Hey, they were led by the Spirit. The Lord told them to do that. It wasn't no just they was out there flexing and saying, "Hey, I'm the biggest, baddest." No, it was the Lord, that told them to do these things, right? So, let me jump down to verse 11. And they smote all the souls that were therein, and the edge of the sword utterly destroying them. There was not any left to breathe, and he burnt Hazor with fire. And all these cities of the kings and all the kings of them did Joshua take and smote with the edge of the sword, and he utterly destroyed them as Moses, the servant of the Lord, commanded them. Right? Hey, so Joshua, they was running things, man. Let me jump down to all right, I'll jump down to verse 16. So Joshua took all the land, the hills, and all the south country, and all the land of Goshen, and the valley, and the plain, and the mountain of Israel, and the valley of the same, even the mount of Halak that goeth up to Seir, even Baal Gad, in the valley of Lebanon, under the Mount Hermon. And all their kings he took them, and smote them, and slew them. Hey, so the Lord sent Joshua to smite kings, right? He ruined nations, man. He took back kingdoms with the army of the Lord, with the men of Israel, right? Why? He was just doing it as the Lord bade him, right? As Moses commanded him, right? What he told him, we brought it out in Joshua 1 and 8. Hey, keep this book of the law. Hey, don't depart from this, and as for your success. Hey, and he did that. And it's another account in here, where what was that, brother? I AI or something like that. And they kind of went off, right? Because he said, hey, they was literally going from kingdom to kingdom, running through them. And then he said, hey, the Lord said, take everything, like silver and gold. Hey, and then you had some wicked Israelites. They basically took some for themselves, and they robbed them and kept it for themselves. And then they lost out. And they was fleeing. The men of Israel, who the Lord is dealing with, that damn delivered out of Egypt, smote these nations. They confessed in this book in Joshua, right? They confessed that they was afraid of Israel, right? Because the Lord was dealing with them. And so, just to wrap it up, man, hey, the Israelites were always winning, right? Their wars or their fights or their whatever they was in. Why? Because the Lord was dealing with them, right?
Hey, Con, that's right. That's right. And the Lord was dealing with them. The Lord sent them to do that, man. The Lord literally said, imagine, man, if the Lord came down and said, hey, fall upon the damn Edomites, and thou shalt prevail also. Have not I sent thee? Yeah, bro, I'm doing that thing, Lord willing. Lord willing, man. Like, you said what?
No question.
Hey, no question. The Lord literally said you're going to prevail, right? That's why we don't understand why Saul, he didn't follow the Lord's commandment, and because he didn't do that, I believe that was what 1 Samuel 15, right? Select. Con 1 Samuel 15, right? Because the Lord, select, I'm gonna get that real quick. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 1 says, Samuel also said unto Saul, the Lord sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of the Lord. It says, thus said the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the valley, so like in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go and smite Amalek. That's a commandment, right? That's a literal commandment that Saul, Slaki, yeah, kind of Saul had to keep, right? If the Lord came to you and said, fall upon the Amalekites, you got to fall upon the Amalekites, right? That's that's doing the work of the Lord, right? Because remember this during the time of First Samuel, Second Samuel, during the time of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and during the time of Joshua and Judges and et cetera, et cetera. You didn't really have camps. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have camps. You didn't have of course, First Samuel 10, you had company of prophets, but what would you have before camps, man? You know, would you have during what? Hey, was Abraham in the camp? There's no account of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Where's the precept of Abraham, shaking the hand to the nations? It's not written. You know what I'm saying? But he still did the work of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Doing the work of the Lord is really just following the Lord's commands. And, you really, because when I went to that word for labor, it means, strenuous work. So you sweating, you know what I'm saying? You putting forth that labor, not you, hey, brother, you doing the work of the Lord, you kind of chilling in your house in your drawers. You're chilling in the house with your drawers on. Cheetos in one Cheeto bag in one arm, the other arm you got the remote, and you watching a video like that. Just watching you watching a camp video, brothers down, the bootlicking. You have a whole playlist of bootlicking, bro. And you just been watching those videos. You're not taking no notes. Your Bible on the other side of the damn room. Right? Brother, are you really laboring? Right? It's like you said, yeah, point.
Yeah, no, that's what I say. In this, like that one brother who the Lord jammed up, man, in his drawers, in the couch, eating ice cream, and they came and kicked his door in and put him to death, man. Y'all know the brother I'm talking about? Damn, I forget his name, man. The Lord, but don't be that brother, man. Because slack, call lacking, man. The Lord will come and destroy you, man. Damn, lukewarm spirit, man. Right. And I want to get I forget I was going to make another point, but I forgot. But yeah, you don't want to be that brother, man. But it's got to be fervent in the work of the Lord, man. And magnify your works, man. Magnify your talents. Man, let me get this precept. Right. This is the book of, 1 Corinthians, right? Chapter 15 and 58, man. Right. It says, 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. And that's whatever that work of the Lord, whatever it is, give a tongues, prophecy, prayer, fasting, alms, whatever that is, man. Literally, you got to be abounding in the work, man, of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So everything that you're doing, it's not gonna be in vain in the Lord, man. It's gonna come with a reward. That's why he said in Revelation chapter 22 and verse 12, blesses right, brothers already know, Revelation 22 and 12, right, says, behold, I come quickly, my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. And he even said that in Matthew 16 and 27. Let me get this real quick. In Matthew chapter 16 and verse 27, Matthew chapter 16 and 27. For the Son of Man shall come into the glory of his Father with his angels, and then he shall reward every man according to his works, man. So there's many precepts. It's gonna say the same thing throughout the Bible, man. When he come back, he gonna award every man according to his works, man, whether it be good or bad, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I yield though.
Hey, come. Hey, that's like let me finish that account part, yeah, real quick, man. First Samuel 15 and 3 says, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have, and spare them not, but slay both men and women, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass. You see that? And so even though Saul, he did go fall upon the Amalekites, right, when you still read this chapter, but when it says Salaki in verse 9, it says, but Saul and the people spared Agag. See that? Why are you sparing Agag? The Lord said, just destroy all of them, man. just completely destroyed. And so now we see that because our forefathers didn't destroy Amalek back then, now they ruling over us, man. Now they took our identity and our heritage and our land. Oh, so like you said, what?
I just had one point. Well,
Huh,
I mean, I'll let you finish, but the same thing, like Moses and Aaron, man. Hey,
huh?
kind of ain't smite the rock. I mean, what they supposed to do? Talk to the rock. They kind of,
Yeah, right,
So just another point,
right.
but it's like you got it. So
Hmm. Yeah, come, doing the work of the Lord, and we try to do the work of the Lord as it is written, man. You know what I'm saying? Not doing what we think is the work of the Lord, right, brother? Is you, you know, damn, I don't know. Ah, it's like I was just trying to think of something, man. Like brothers might think that's the work of the Lord. It's not. Like that example, you just sitting down on the couch all day, the AC blowing, it's hot as hell. Where you got brothers passing out flyers, right? You got brothers literally taking notes. Got the fan on, right? You're taking notes. Damn, sweating, right? Here you sweating in the house because you sitting down watching kit videos. The bootlicking though. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what precept they bringing out. You said it's in Isaiah somewhere, brother. What precept is it, man? Right? Come on. And you see that? So, brother, is that really doing the work? Is that are you really laboring? What type of work are you putting forth? Because remember, it's labor, it's work, right? If it's not work, then what are you doing, man? Just chilling, you know? You might as well just say you just chilling. Just because you're watching a video, you know what I'm saying? Watching a bootlicking video. It's not even evocation.
hey,
So,
Salakia, and you're not watching the whole video. You watching fast forwarding it to just that
Hey,
frame and watching that kiss the boot and rewind it and keep playing it in your drawers,
uh,
eating the ice
hey,
cream. Come, death to Esau. That's all you doing all day. Just rewinding that one point, go to the next one. How they looking at analyzing how they kiss the boot, man. How they licked it up, man. That's off as hell, man.
all right,
Yeah, you
all
don't
right.
want to be that brother, man. Thou wicked and slothful servant, man.
Yeah, you can. That's right. It's like you can. We
no,
so
yeah,
what?
I'm saying you watching the reels. You ain't even watching the whole video. You just watching the reel of the
The
boot.
real.
You just watching it back and again. You know, keeping on a replay, man.
The
I want
you,
to see
yeah,
the boot lick it one more time. And it turned it 10 times.
brother. Like damn, man. All right, so that's what we gotta stress. You know what I'm saying? The work of the Lord, right? It's going into work, man. Right, using your mental capacity, strength, actual physical strength. You know what I'm saying? Because these men that was going to war, eh, they're not the men that just sit in the house all day, right? Like a woman. Nah, hey, just sitting in the house. You know what I'm saying? On the phone like a woman, man. Right? And you're not even talking about that. You're just talking about whatever, right? On a FaceTime, right? In your drawers, man, on the damn bed, right? So these men that actually put forth work, right? Ain't going to work. That's work. That's like you're going to war, all right? That's work, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a literal strenuous work, and you even also provided for your house as well. You going to work, that's doing the work of the Lord because you're doing it for the Lord, man. Right? You're not doing it for damn vain, whatever vain money because you want to see that because you want to buy Gucci, right? You know what I'm saying? If you follow in the scripture, because the Lord said, if any provide not for his own, especially they of his own house, he have denied the faith and is worse than the infidel. So you going to work, you doing it for the Lord, like how Barzayah brought out. You doing stuff for the work, for the Lord, and that's work, and you doing the work of the Lord essentially. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not doing it in the name of, you know, oh, you're not doing it in the name of yourself, or you're doing it in the name of some other God. You're doing it in the name of the Most High God, man. Right? So that's doing the work of the Lord right there, because the Lord ordained us for, or ordained men to do work, and not to just damn be idle all day, you know. But Khan, I want to just get down real quick and I'll pass it. First Corinthians, lucky. First Samuel chapter 15 and verse 11. It says, "It repented me that have set up Saul to be king, So if we, because that's what we try to do, the work of the Lord as it is written, because if we're not doing the work of the Lord as it is written, as the words of the Lord has said, then the Lord even said, repented me that I have made Saul king, man. Imagine that. The Lord, he set you up to be king over Israel. Now the Lord, like, man, I made a mistake, right? Now, he, of course, the Lord doesn't make mistakes, but it's like, the Lord's like, damn, man, it repented me, right? It says, for he, for he has turned back from following me and have not performed my commandments. And it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord all night. But you see the type of love that Samuel had for his people. Samuel, he stood, Samuel was not even the king, but he's grieving for the king. It says, and it grieved Samuel. It's not even talking about him. If Samuel was a nigga, right, he'd just be like, that's his problem. The hell that got to do with me? Hey, Lord, you should have just made me king. I don't know why I don't know why you making this dude king anyway, right? You see me, I'm mighty. I should have been king, man. Like, that's damn off, right? That's off, man. Hey, Samuel, but it said it grieved Samuel, and he cried unto the Lord all night. So all night, man. And then it's like it said in verse 12, it says, and when Samuel rose early, what the hell? So he cried unto the Lord all night, and then he rose up early. That brother only got damn 30 minutes of sleep, man. Damn there. He only got like 30 minutes, an hour of sleep. Because he cried unto the Lord all night. Then he got up early in the morning. So that's damn near like, damn, brother, you even go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So Samuel, man, that shows you type of love that he had for his people, man, because it's not even the Lord talking about some other man, but he crying out to the Lord all night about some other man. You see that? Another Israelite. You gotta have that same type of love, man. Lord willing. But brothers got it though.
Yeah, I wanted to get this preset right, like you said, going to providing for your household, right? Because a lot of the men, let me get this preset, man. It says brothers had jobs, man, in the Bible, man. Kind of, Yahushua was a carpenter. I was going to earlier. Yahushua was a carpenter. Paul, Daniel. Daniel then had a mighty job. Daniel was down there first president, man. I want to get that account, man.
Yeah.
Get that. In Daniel chapter 6. Daniel chapter 6. He was, they didn't say he got paid for it, but look what it says. This Daniel 6:1. It says, it pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120. That's like 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom, and over these three presidents, of whom Daniel was first. So Daniel, he had a mighty. He was he was in the government. If you got ears to hear it, man, right? It says, and over these three presidents, of whom Daniel was first, that the princes might give accounts unto them. Right? It says, and the king should have no damage. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes, because of an excellent spirit was in him. And the king thought to set him over the whole realm. But I just want to get that because brothers had jobs and placement. Daniel was in the government, man. He was the damn president, man. It said the first out of the three, man. Right. Let me get this other precept real quick. Right. Just the book of. Now I just want to go into different counts of people working, laboring, like literally having a job, man. This the book of Mark. All right. Salakia. I want to get this other precept. This is the book of Mark, chapter this is the book of Mark, chapter 6. 5, Salakia. I want this in Mark chapter 5 and verse number. Let me get this, Salakia. Right? Brothers gotta be working, right? Now brother paraphrase 1 Timothy 5:8, right? But Lord said, if you don't work, or provide for them in their own household, you worse than an infidel, literally, man. Just you can't say, like I was going to in one video, you can't say I'm a king, I'm a prince, I don't gotta work. We princes, man. No, man, you gotta provide, man. You'll be caught, living outside, like we live in Cali, man, and the homeless rate crazy out here, man. Lord forbid that be us, man, right? But we gotta stand in our life. But I want to get this precept. This is the book of Mark chapter 6 and verse number. I'm gonna start at 2, but 3 is the point. It says, and when the Sabbath was done, he began to teach in the synagogue, and many hearing from him were astonished, saying, from whence has this man these things, and what wisdom is the? It's like it's this which is given unto him that even such mighty works are wrought by his hands. Is not this the carpenter? Right? Hey, Yahushua was a carpenter, man. He had a job too, man. It's not this the carpenter, the son of Mary, the brother of James, and Jose and Judah and Simon, and not it's like in our and are not his sisters here with us, and they were offended at him. But Yahushua had a job, man. So who was we to say we can't work, man? Like the brothers going to earlier, these like all the men who was laboring, they was laboring in, night out, but they still had occupations, man. Had to provide for their house, right? If I'm not mistaken, let me get this preset. Peter, Peter had a wife, man. If I'm not mistaken, let me get this preset. Let me get this preset real quick. Slovakia, bear with me.
Hey, Salakia.
Yeah,
Hey, Paul was a tent maker.
Yeah, and Paul was a tent maker. No, I ain't bring it out.
Oh,
But
yeah,
Paul was a tent maker. But the man of the Lord. You said what happened?
That's like I was just saying. That's Acts 18.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but hey, man was literally getting up and doing the work. Hey, let me get this in Zechariah. I think that's what I want. Let me see. This the book of Zechariah. I think that's what I want. Zechariah chapter. This not what I want. But nevertheless, that's not what I want. But at the end of the day, though, brothers gotta be providing for their house, man. And like you already said, occupy till I come, man. You literally gotta be occupied till the Lord come. Can't just sit there and got brothers going to the wilderness, saying this ain't the time. We gotta go to the wilderness. You know, the Lord cometh quickly. You know, you don't want to be that brother, man, right? But I digress, man. Brothers need to be working in these last days. Since you paraphrase, I'm gonna just bring it out real quick. So, like, 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8. I'm gonna read thus. It says, "But if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he have denied the faith and is worse than the infidel." So you're gonna be worse than the infidel, man. And that's a non-believer, man, a heathen, man. Let me get this other preset real quick. Cyrac real quick. Let me see. Real quick, I'm gonna pass it to the brothers. Let me get this one preset real quick. Because the Lord said you don't want to live that beggar life, man. Hey, I don't want to live eating off the next man's table, man. That's a miserable life, man. Right? Let me get this preset, man. So like you, bear with me.
That's right.
All right. I forget.
All right, 40 and 28.
Which one?
40 and 28. I can pull it for you.
Yeah, kind of.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 40, verse 28.
Bring that out for me,
Son, lead not a beggar's life, but better is it to die than to dead.
The Lord said, what?
My son, lead not a beggar's life, but better it is to die than to dead. Oh, see that?
Damn.
Satan. His phone probably died. But yeah, so like the brother was going into it, you don't want to live that beggar's life, man. You don't want to live you don't want to live off of another now if you got to do what you got to do, you feel on hard times, whatever, through the spirit, the Lord gonna put you in a position where you can still prosper and provide. But nevertheless, you don't want to be out here just kicking your feet up, like the brother saying, "Oh, well, I'm a prince," and you begging for everything. You saying, "Hey, can I drive to the church? Can I get a little something to hold?" Hey, brother, go work. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, kind of Salakia. My tablet died. I had to switch to my phone. Salakia. Yeah, but that's my. Hey, the Lord said, hey, that's a miserable life to live, man. He said he'd rather be die, man. The Lord said literally it's better to die. So all them brothers who saying, hey, I done heard this too on the highways and byways. Brother said, no, we gonna make all the heathen pay for it. We ain't working. We gonna make the heathen pay for everything. Well, live that life if you want, brother. This ain't it's a time and a place for everything, man. Right, but just count the water for that precept for bringing that precept out, man. But that's it. I digress.
Hey, it's lucky. Hey, even on that, like, come on now. Hey, yeah, the heathen they owe us the world and more, man. right? Because you look at the history of Israel. That's what in Jeremiah says, is Israel homeborn slave, right? That's why the Lord said that, man. Because we always in captivity all the time, bro. Right? Because we always going to hell off. That's why. Go to hell off. The Lord put us in captivity. Right? So we always in captivity. So we literally built up this whole world. If you got ears to hear, right? We literally built up this whole world. So, but when you look at that, when you think about it, um, like we've been working for a hella long. We've been working for hella long, man. Right? But hey, that's why. But the Lord said in Hebrews chapter 4, verses 10 on down, let us labor therefore to enter into that rest. So this is the last stretch, man. This is the last stretch for, you know, a mile, like running a mile on the track, that's 4 laps. So that might seem like, damn, damn the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's hello. But hey, you got the first lap, second lap, and third lap. We on the 4th lap right now. You know what I'm saying? We on the last lap right now.
On the last leg of the last lap.
Right on the last leg, the last 100 of the mile or whatever race, man. So that means we're on the last stretch. So that's why we laboring right now to enter into that rest. Because, brother, if you already live in the kingdom right now, do you really want the kingdom? I mean, what motivation do you need, man? You know what I'm saying? What you have for real. If you already live in the kingdom, you know what I'm saying? That's why I gotta check myself. But like, I can't live the kingdom right now. You know what I'm saying? Because then, hey, don't give me just a piece of the cake and then I can't get the rest. Give me the damn whole cake. I'd rather just wait, bro. I'd rather just wait. Give me the whole day. I want the whole damn cake. You know what I'm saying? Not just a damn slice right now. And then now I can't get the rest of the cake. Right? You know? You said what, cake? It's like,
I just wanted to make one point on that. That's why the Lord can't let you know you the elect right now. Cause
yeah.
Jacob go to hell off, man.
All right.
Hey, I'm not 2/3. Hey, walking up to random Jake. Hey, you 2/3. Talking about some tie my shoe. Give me your wife. Hey, I don't know what brothers will say, man. All hell will
Right.
break loose, man. But that's why the Lord can reveal that, man. Because brothers will be going to hell off, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I want to add, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's why the Lord said in Job, 33, hey, he sealeth their instruction and hide pride from men. Roughly paraphrase. Because the Lord, he gotta have the hide pride from men. If he doesn't do that, then according to Sirach chapter 10, a pride is not made for man. You know what I'm saying? It's not made for man. Because what does man need to be proud about? For real. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all of the Lord. So even that's another thing too. Our labor that we're doing, whether it's making songs, whether it's going to work, like actually going to work and you laboring like that, or doing the work, shaking the hand, or making videos, doing license like that. Hey, this is the work of the Lord right here. Literally 2 hours and 22 minutes, man. Bringing out precepts, you know what I'm saying? Expounding upon it, stuff like that. And that's doing the work of the Lord right here, man. Right? Even watching videos, taking notes, that's the work of the Lord, right? So literally, in so many ways, right? And whether you what's like whatsoever type of work that you're doing, I guess what that's all being written down. You know what I'm saying? It's all be written down and taken into account, because that's fruit, that's work at the end of the day, and it's not just you just chillaxing, like Jake just said, I'm just chilling, right? Jake, you can't just be chilling 24/7. You know what I'm saying? Or else that chilling is going to turn into a lot of burning. You got ears to hear, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But Con brothers got it.
Con, that's right. Yeah, just a precept on touch on what brothers bringing out, right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 27 and verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall be soon overthrown. So like as we're going into, that's why the Lord said in First Timothy, you will be kind of worse than an infidel. Because that's a sin. You're not working. You just sit up here and thinking you've obtained already, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Jesus said, not that I have counted myself, that I've obtained, because you haven't obtained. And last time I checked, the Lord said in the book of Baruch, he said, in the land of their captivity, they shall bethink themselves. He didn't say in the land of their captivity, they shall build up the temple of the Lord, or spiritually, but we're not physically building up the temple of the Lord. We're not physically gaining servants and handmaids. We're not physically putting on a crown. We'll just be thinking ourselves. We're just at the beginning of, our inheritance. Everything else is to come. You know what I'm saying? But you got to wait on that. Why would the Lord give us what He gave us, or what He has for us in this corruptible ass world, man?
Mm-hmm.
It's vile world. What the world is it's about to be destroyed. So I mean, logically, when you think about it, hey, if you want the Lord to give you your reward right now, it's going to get destroyed with the world. Everything here is going to be burnt up. Only the elect, and then 1/3 is going to get delivered. Not to get too deep on it, but yeah, but this, hey, the Lord said, if you don't hold yourself diligently, your house will be overthrown, right? And that's as a man, right? So you men, this is towards you, right? Because you're the one that has to be responsible for the upkeep of your house. You're the head, right? So you have to hold yourself diligently in all manners of labor for the word of the Lord, right? You gotta put some type of brick in, man. Yeah, with that, yeah, are you?
Yeah, God, that's right. You have to put in some type of brick, man. And that even us, like even going into that proverb of putting in a brick, guess what? You have to literally take that brick and you put it in there. You know what I'm saying? So really, it's work that has to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like how the Lord said in Luke chapter look at this precept, I believe 17 and 20. Right, this book of Luke chapter 17 and verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation. So, the kingdom is not going to come with observation. If we want to see the kingdom, we got to work for it, man. You know what I'm saying? We had to put in some type of brick, like how the brother said, some type of labor, you know, and that labor is whatever we can do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we can do. And even like, for example, I don't know, I don't necessarily know how to make Frenches, but that don't mean I can't try to learn how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, who knows? I could be good at it. I could be okay at it. Who know? I gotta try it, man. Who can know if I'm good at it or not? I have to literally just try it, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, certain lots and certain offices, kind of just test the waters. Who knows if that lot or office is for you unless you try it. So literally, as much work as we can put in, on a physical level, that's faster as much faster, or it's like that speeds up the kingdom if you got ears to hear, on the physical level. So whatever work we can put out for the Lord, we got to do so as the Lord commands us, man. All right. So all praise to the Most High. But I don't know where Judah at, but Con, I don't know if you had another, or it's like you had another point of that.
No,
Or
kind of, no, that's beautifully brought out.
okay, all praise to the Most High. So at this time, you start winding down. We start bringing out closing precepts. So whatever closing precepts, Akin got you bring it out. Spirit.
It's the book of Acts, right? Chapter. It's the book of Acts, chapter 28, in verse number 31. All right. Like a brother's going to, man. However way you can magnify your gift or your talent, man, or whatever your the Lord ministry, man, you got to do it. Whatever the Lord deems you worthy of, man, you kind of magnify it, man, and flip it, man. Make it times 2 if you can. Hey, make it times 7 if you guys stay here, man. All right, and continually abound in that, man, because like we brought out 1 Corinthians 15:58, for you know that labor not in vain, right, right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna get this Acts chapter 28 and verse 31. Says preaching the kingdom of God and teaching those things which concern the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua with all confidence, no man forbidding him, right? So, and I want to get this other piece real quick. I want to close out with this, right. Everything we do, we got to magnify the Lord, man. Let me get this in Sirach 43, and I'm going to close out with this, all right? The book of Sirach, right? So, so this is the book of Sirach, right? Chapter 43 and verse 30, and it reads thus. It says, Salakia. It says, when you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can, right? And that's any way that you can. Whether it's you glorifying the Lord by all these different ways of labor that we went into the whole time that we've been on here, right? It says, exalt him as much as you can, for even will ye far exceed, and when ye exalt him, put forth all your strength. So whatever you're doing to magnify the Lord, whichever way to magnify your talents, you got to put forth all your strength, like we was going into. Even if it's things that you ain't never, that you think you ain't good at. Hey, you don't know until you try it, man. Hey, you might be better at that than what you think, man. But you don't know until you try. But hey, you gotta put forth all your strength in whatever you do, man. It says, exalt him and put forth all your strength and be not weary, for you can never go far enough. And we can never go far enough serving the Lord and trying to please the Lord and trying to make our calling and election sure, man. So with that, I'll pass it to the next brother.
John, right, right. And I'm gonna get the book of Romans, chapter 15, and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. All right, so all these things that are written, hey, brothers are just bringing it out and going through it to exhort Israel to do, righteous works, man. Because why? Because it's written for our learning, right? So we're edifying, through the Spirit, the nation of Israel to do more than just shake the hand, more than just put on a kiss, more than just say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, or yes, sir, and no, sir, as a child. So we're teaching and we're trying to exhort through the Spirit men, women, and children out of the nation of Israel through all these accounts that we're bringing out, that there's more ways to labor for the Lord, right? And I'm gonna get the book of Tobit, chapter 4, and verse 19. Bless the Lord thy God always, and desire of him that thy ways may be directed, and that all thy paths and counsels may prosper. Right. So this is another exhortation, right? Through all these counsels that the brothers and accounts that the brothers are bringing out, right? And pray to the Lord that you receive, pick up what we putting down, right, through the Spirit. For every nation have not counsel, because nobody else is going to do this. Nobody else is sitting there breaking down the Bible, the words of the Lord, to their own people, right? In truth and sincerity, right?
Right.
But the Lord Himself giveth all good things, and He humbleth whom He will, as He will. Now therefore, my son, remember my commandments, neither let them be put out of thy mind, right? So, go, what you take from here, what we're saying is do the work of the Lord. What does that entail? Keeping the commandments. In truth and sincerity, the Lord is going to work with you and provide you to prosper, or allow you to prosper in ways that you would have never thought, right? And I'm going to get this and I'm going to close out. It's the book of John, chapter 6, verse 27. Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life. Right. So that's what we're wishing for and hoping for, right? These things that are written. The Lord has promised those that keep his words everlasting life. Right. So we're laboring for that meat, not that perisheth that's gonna, moth and rust or corrupt it. It's gonna, get taken away with the world. But we're laboring for that meat that's gonna get spiritually put into the kingdom. It's gonna be waiting for us, right? So like it, which the Son of Man shall give them to you, for him that hath got the Father's seal. All right. So you want to have your name written in the book of life and keep the commandments, labor fervently, right? Non-stop, continuously on fire for the Lord in many ways. Brothers brought out them million accounts, man. You got brothers said charity, dancing, singing, songs, fighting, and reading, through the Spirit fighting, not physically. Don't go out and fight nobody. We talk about spiritually, fighting the flesh. But brothers brought out numerous accounts, man. I can't even count them, with the women, all these, accounts, go back and watch it over and do it again, man. Take notes, and through the Spirit, hope you receive these words, man. Right there.
Khan, all praises, man. All praises, Khan. I got these two quick precepts as well. This is a book of Proverbs, chapter 14, and verse 23. It says, "In all labor there is profit, man. In all labor there is profit." So at the end of the day, all labor is profit, man. You know what I'm saying? And you going to camp every Shabbat. There's profit to that, man. You know what I'm saying? You teaching, making those videos. Hey, it could be a 9-minute video. It could be a damn 2-hour video. Don't matter, man. That's a now you 0.01% better, right? Hey, that's how you kind of have to look at it like that, man. You know what I'm saying? You making videos like that, or you teaching, or on the phone with a brother, you going over precepts. To all labor, there is profit, man. That's scripture. Not like we making this up, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not making it. That's literally in the Bible. It says, "In all labor there is profit, but the talk of the lips tendeth only to penury." Now, what does that mean? The talk of the lips, meaning you just talking about it, you're not being about it. You're just talking about it, man. Brother, stop just talking about it, man. Right? It's like, man, I gotta make a video. Brother, then make a video, man. Right? You only talk you the talk of the lips. It only tended to penury. Meaning, what is it? Penury? Penury meaning poor or poverty. Salaki, poverty. So if you just talking about it, brother, you're gonna stay in poverty, right? I got it. I'm gonna start making 100,000 a year if I do this and I fill this out. Then brother, just do it. Then stop talking about it, right? Always talking about, hey, watch, I'm gonna come up though. I'm gonna come up, brother. When you gonna do it, right? Right, brother, right? It's like, man, I gotta sharpen my precept game up. So then, brother, why don't you just do it then? You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's the Lord said, but the talk of the lips, it tended only to pen. Can't just be talking about it. The Lord said, and you gotta labor, you gotta work, right? It's like I want to lead this up real quick with 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse number 58. Hey, the classic, man. Classic. Right? It says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Right. And we know that we just went into all the ways you can do so, right? You can do the work of the Lord, right? It says, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord, huh? Right? So your labor is not in vain in the Lord, right? Literally. Like, let's say you make 1,000 videos. Let's say, because on my channel, I have through the Spirit, of course, over 600 videos, man. Right? Over 600 videos. And let's say that, hey, God forbid, but damn, a day from now, I damn fall out the truth. But those videos are still there though. So then what if the elect, they kind of just stumble upon the video, they watch it, now they in the truth. Guess what? Hey, the labor wasn't in vain, man. Right? The labor literally the elect was sealed. You see that? So it's stuff like that, man. You even look at it like that, man. Right? Remember, we're not in this truth just for ourselves, we're in the truth for literally Israel, right? Israel. So even if we don't make it, Lord willing, we do, the elect at the end of the day make it, man. Right? And now we out of this damn evil world. Now we in the kingdom, So it's stuff like that. But it's just like the Lord said, as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. So all that labor that the Lord that you're doing in the Lord is being written down, and the Lord is going to give you that just recompense, whether in this world or in the next. So with that, all praises to Yahweh. Bahashim Mashah Wamalaki Abashah. Hey man, it's been good. All praise to the Most High God. It's Brother Yasharala.
Brother Jeremiah.
Barzayah.
Come back to yet another fire video to the Spirit Power Yahweh Shah. I like to say the water to the brothers coming on, and the water for anybody that's been watching it through the Spirit. All praise to the Most High God. Ashar New Moon. Kwame Asha Allah, man. Shalom.
Shalom.